To the Cardinal Bond on the Wileyverse channel. We are back for our Wednesday game. Erzire is E-R-Z-I-R-E. This is Dungeons & Dragons in the 5th edition Universe of Forgotten Realms. Our characters are 3rd level in Baldur's Gate, working for a mercenary company. Just trying to get by. Let's see. Do the whole recap. And we're actually streaming right on time.
We did it.
We did it.
We always tell everybody to be here at 9:30 and then we get here at 9:40.
It's not our fault, though.
God, Erevar, could you
always our turn.
have some constitution on one of your characters one day?
Never. Constitution's my garbage stat.
It's your trash stat.
I love it.
It's your dump stat.
You know what my favorite part is? I have no constitution, and Dayton's the one that gets poisoned every game.
I think I got poisoned this game.
Yeah, you've been poisoned this game. It was last real session we played. Didn't you get poisoned?
I haven't been poisoned this game.
What happened last session? It was the...
Did I write it?
What about the fart cloud demon? Bottom burp. Did you get poisoned from that or not?
Probably did.
Yeah, you did. I thought you got...
But that was a while ago. But
yeah. Butt fuck?
Oh, you got so drunk it acted as a poison.
Yes,
yeah,
it did.
You had disadvantage.
You poisoned yourself.
Yeah.
That's true. Yes, that did happen.
Yes, that did happen.
I've never been
yes, I said that too. All right.
I put my feet on his couch.
Our characters are Mitch down at the end playing Erevar, a swashbuckler, former pirate, rogue, who knows the city of Baldur's Gate more than any of the other characters. He's been here several times in his privateering life.
Worst guide ever.
Worst guide ever. Half-elf, swashbuckler, rogue. Next we have Kaylin playing Laura Dove, our Eladrin monk, currently in the aspect of summer. Her, along with Dayton's character, Jordarai, the Horizon Walker Ranger, came from the Feywild to Baldur's Gate and are kind of left stranded here. Like, that noble's still somewhere around, you think, but he hasn't come back and contacted you, so you joined the Cardinal Bond to pass the time and make some money so you can continue living in this city. And I am the Dungeon Master, as well as playing the character of Maeve, a trickster domain priest who has just newly joined the group. It begins. Our group has kind of stumbled their way into a fairly nefarious plot. The city has been kind of under siege with a bunch of tragedies and attacks that have worn the protection and the guard of the city thin. Meanwhile, it seems that infernal beings are trying to take hold of the city, and the characters have stumbled on a plot to find a portal in the aqueducts in the form of a basin that attaches to the river Styx during certain conditions. That these demons and devils are trying to permanently open so that they have a gateway directly into the Forgotten Realms.
Whoa, what is that first thing?
It's a dab.
No. This first flare.
It's no longer your W.
No,
The
first.
W is gone. Now it says first.
Founder 4-month subscription.
Ooh.
Why is... Huh. Where's my...
You just can't have 4 at the same time, maybe?
I should have a regular W there, or another W.
You had 1, 3, 6, and year, I think. I don't know you had a 4th one.
Weird. I don't like it.
Bless you.
Thank you. Dab that.
Dab. Let's see.
Toasty.
I got medicine. I had an anaphylactic response.
From back here.
Back in, sweaty.
Mm-hmm. Happens. Sorry.
Yeah, so there's
So
only
it's a base
there's only
three,
base
6,
3 months,
9
6 month, 9 month, and a year. So for 4 months, I guess, just fuck us, right? Like fuck
4
our
and 5,
colors.
they're like, nah.
They should just keep it red. Like they should.
What's it called?
First.
Loyalty.
Just as first, yeah.
Well, I mean, I see what
See
it
what
is.
Loyalty
happens when I do
badge.
this.
But you're talking about out
Hey,
here.
girl, subscribe to tier 1. 5 months. Dang, 5 months.
Founder 4-month subscriber.
Hmm.
I'm wondering, because founder, I don't know what that is. Like I've never seen founder before.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe it's because
So-
we were like,
The first subscribers
Maybe.
on the channel.
Yeah.
You subscribed during the first month we were affiliate. Maybe that's a new thing that I because they just had TwitchCon. They announced a whole bunch of new stuff like that, the ad revenue and things like that. So I have to go back into the affiliate dashboard
oh yeah,
and
we
check
play,
some
that's
stuff
right,
out.
we can play ads. I forgot about
We can.
that.
We made a whole 2 cents last time we
Nice.
played
You
that.
got paid for that ad?
Yeah.
That's,
Uh-huh.
see,
Fucking
that's pretty dope.
rich.
Yeah. Also, milestone. We broke $100.
Yeah.
We are going to get a payout at the end of the month.
Sweet.
The first time for the channel.
We'll
So-
have to talk about that later.
Yeah.
The agreement, you weren't here for the initial agreement, which was the money goes to upgrading the stream
Stuff.
computers and junk like
I
that.
don't even care. I'm just happy to be here.
Just so proud, happy to be here with you guys. So, what has happened currently is they have captured and questioned one of the leaders of these factions that are trying to get this basin opened to hell. And got a bunch of information like there are demons, they want to get into the Prime Material Plane. The basin only opens during the Blood Moon Festival, which is coming up in 1 day. And they're going to try to do something to it to make it permanent. That was what that kedge anchor was for.
But luckily, we got the kedge anchor back and thwarted them enough that they're not sure where the basin is, to our knowledge.
Correct.
Okay.
They have maps to pretty much. They mapped out all the basins, but you have kind of devastated them so much that between the people that are left, because she said there's only about 10 people left of the Huffers, they'll probably not be able to find it. Like, because they're just randomly going from basin to basin, hoping they could figure out which one is it on the day, like on the festival day. So they were just hoping. Now they're so like they don't have the anchor for one, and they have too few people to really cover all the ground. But they're still out there. You know, they could accidentally stumble upon it, though. Who knows what they'll do with it at that point? You can still do quite a lot of damage by bringing demons in for just 1 day. So when you got back to the hotel.
Motel Holiday Inn?
No. The next morning, a person you're familiar with came to see you, Urzire, who bought one of those putrid silver coins off of you, and he came to warn you about it. That it attracts demons. It's a demonic coin and attracts demons.
Also, you guys aren't aware, I fenced the stuff that we got, so you all made $100, 25 in everybody's pods
Yeah.
already. It's already there.
I already added it to your things. So all the crossbows and bows and swords and things like that.
Since I was kind of going to my fences, we did a roll real quick to kind of get over the bookkeeping part, so we didn't waste time on stream. Because there was a lot to get rid of. I did keep. Sorry. I kept the magic longsword because no one around here would really take it. We can't use it, but selling magical items is kind of difficult, and we'll need something to do it with. But everything else, the silver long sword, the scimitar, the axe, the mace, all that stuff, we got to get it. So.
Urzire says that he works for someone that is also interested in the basin and has asked you to meet with him, which is why you went off to the upper city, got notes and letters. What?
My throat made a weird sound. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, honestly, that was so close.
You had papers to get you through the gate, which you displayed, though you two can get through the gate regardless because you have your And you have gone into the upper city to meet at the Grey Manor, which is in the Temple District at the edge of the Wide. The Wide is one of the largest open areas in Baldur's Gate, and it is used for a marketplace, an upper city marketplace, so really nice stuff. You have gotten there. It was about midday, a little bit like afternoon, 2, 3-ish when you were going, because you spent the mornings fencing the items and equipment. But entering, you see the hustle and bustle, and plus all of the Blood Moon Festival decorations, and there's tons of vendors out, and about every store you pass has masks hanging in the windows or outside, and they are very nice, like hand carved and then sanded and shellacked, or they're made out of ceramic. A lot of them have fake or maybe real jewels embedded into them, high-end paints with colors that are not normally found. So there's some amazing masks, probably for exorbitant amounts of money. The folks coming and going up here are all dressed super nice, and many of them are already wearing their masks. So as they're gearing up,
I mean, especially if you paid 80 gold for a mask, you'd want to fucking wear it more than one day.
right?
What I pay like 3
Yeah, something like that.
3 gold.
And yours is still a nice mask.
Thanks, Wiley.
So, when we left, we were at the Grey Manor, but is there anything you guys wanted to do as you were walking through the upper city? Like do you want to buy masks?
Well, you said
do
you wanted to
wanna...
back up and walk us back through things. Did you add my money to mine?
I did.
You did, okay.
Yeah, you should. You might need to refresh it.
That's probably what it is.
You should have...
Don't tell me. Gotcha, I need to refresh.
Yeah. Alright. So yes, is there anything, as you're walking through, I sent you the description of the upper city. There's pathways of, like, there's trees and flower beds along the walkways. It's nice cobblestone. There's some magical lampposts that keep the fog at bay, so the fog from the river doesn't come up and creep into here. There's folks coming and going, all in generally like nicer garb. You can definitely tell there's still, the nobles versus the workers here, but even the workers are in nice outfits and clean, well tailored. There's the streamers, the ripped cloth hanging from any purchase that they can tie them to. Most of the gourds that have been carved are fairly large, very nice looking. Most of them dried, they've been dried and hollowed out and carved, like the ones you saw in the outer city, which someone just took a zucchini and, carved a face into it and set it out. These are cored, dried, carved, with leering faces, and it almost seems like they try to make arrangements of them, so like entire goblin-like family of green gourds. Or
are there any gourds large enough for me to wear as a mask?
There are people selling gourd-faced masks.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a pumpkin carved jack-o'-lantern, dried, pressed, and you can put it around your, with a headband around your face.
Let's buy one of those.
8 gold the person is asking for it.
8? Can I talk him down?
You can try.
Persuasion?
Yep.
15?
Yep, you can talk him down to 4.
Score.
Did you get a mask yet? Because Maeve got a mask. You got a mask. Now he has a mask. Are you getting a mask?
Yeah.
You don't have to. I mean, you're a Horizon Walker. You may not want to even participate in this, superstition stuff.
You sound like the most Jehovah's Witness answer. You want to get a Halloween mask? I mean, I have to.
No, you don't.
I feel it's best for the scenario that I have one.
Okay. Anyone in particular kind of looking for, or just want to get a nice looking one?
What does my gourd mask look like?
I mean, that's up to you.
Looks like a dried ass pumpkin.
Looks like a dried ass.
And just to look at a cool jack-o'-lantern face and then make that the mask.
I want a dragon mask.
Oh, okay. There is a tinsmith that does like nice little decorative, like makes roses out of metal and things like that, and he makes a mask that looks like doesn't look like any specific color because it's using copper and tin and different things, but has the scales and the comes back up and over with like little horns that come out, all just of wrapped metal like sheets. But that'll set you back 20 gold unless you want to you yourself or have him talk him down.
What were we using to talk people down?
Persuasion.
Okay, let's go.
Go for it.
15?
Yep, you can talk him down to 20.
20 from 20?
Oh, did I say 20?
I was like,
10.
shit.
10.
This guy
I thought I said
drives a
40. I
hard
thought I said
bargain.
40 at first.
I was like,
He's like
20
20
to 10.
20. You're like, what?
20 to 10. So, are you guys wearing your masks, or you just have them on your side?
I'm gonna pop mine on.
Okay. You arrive, unless you're going to do anything else, you arrive at the Grey Manor. It is called the Grey Manor. I think I described this last time because it doesn't have a lot of the hanging gardens and the climbing foliage that other manors try to put there. They actually just carved it into the stone, the granite of the house. So it looks like it has trellises with vines going up them, but it's all carved into the wall of the manor. The stone walkway, what are they called? Like basically the pathing along the walkway where you would have flower beds, they actually just have stone that has flowers carved on the top of them and things like that.
Can you pause for a second?
Yes.
How can I share, send somebody a link to the stream?
You can... Are you on the stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on it from Twitch, though.
Yeah. So, there... Click at the top, just click on that. Is there no little out button? Yeah, let me see real quick.
Share to...
It's a little frozen.
Yeah, is there...
It's frozen right now.
So pull it down.
Can you share it through a text message?
I can share it through...
You can also share the
multiple
link.
things.
You can do twitch.tv / Wileyverse.
Who are we sharing
That'll
this?
work.
Kellen wanted to watch tonight, so I was trying to send it to her.
My
Send-
friends
send
with
it-
Kellen, I can send it to
Send
her.
her this. Do twitch.tv
Is it updated to your contact?
right here. See? Wileyverse. So if you just go to twitch.tv / Wileyverse,
I got it.
yeah, you can like this. You can just copy and save that and send that to her.
Oh,
She can
okay.
just link to it automatically.
Are you doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I just sent it to her because I have the Twitch dashboard up, and it just says it has a share link to channel,
Okay,
and I
good.
put it right in the message to her. All right, so the Grey Manor stands before you. It is the afternoon. Nights are kind of short right now, or days are kind of short right now. So the sun's low, and there's lots of nice long casting shadows across this place. Of all the, you just walked through the temple district, so you saw these big opulent temples, the House of High Wonders, the Taimora temple. You walked by that and may have just kind of made herself very small when she's walking by. And got to the Grey Manor. A very kind of dull, square, blocky, carved stone manor.
And the interior looks very sterile, like it is unlived in.
Yes. So you heading up, knocking, going inside?
We did knock in.
I know, I just wanted to back
Desire, yeah.
Urzire answers the door. Excellent. Right on time.
As you know, it's us, we're wearing masks.
For what?
Hmm?
For what?
For the meeting. So, like I said, looks like a nice manor. It looks like it's cleaned every once in a while, but it also doesn't look lived in at all. Not a lot of the decor is older, but it's not weathered. It's not used or worn in. He takes you in. These are in these kind of row house San Franciscan style like mansions. Technically more like Italian style row housing mansions during the Renaissance. So you head into the main foyer. There's a stairway up that goes to the second floor, but he doesn't take you to that. He actually takes you next to the stairway and kind of right, and you go through a small hallway. There's a door off of it to somewhere else, but at the end of the hallway is a door to a library. When you enter, the library is lit by 2 magical lights that are standing next to a nice big wooden desk. There's lots of paperwork on the desk, but unlike Britra, it is organized. There's tomes that are open and books stacked up and sheafs of paper that are neatly organized, and a really nice calligraphy set with ink pots. There's a man behind the desk. Pretty much like there's just a little walkway, bookshelves going up either side, probably 2 stories tall. Like this goes up to the next level, and so there's a walkway up there, so you think there's probably a door up there as well. There's a man sitting at the desk. He's very well dressed. He's got some type of robe on, almost like a judge's or a priest's kind of like just robe over like really nice shirt and vest and all that kind of other accoutrements. There are 2 other men in the room. They are just kind of big. They look like thugs. Like, they don't look like the level of thugs with like ears bitten off and scars like you would see down on the docks, but thugs nonetheless. And they're dressed up in suits that fit them, but just look off on someone of their frame and size. They kind of just look over at you and shrug and go back to talking to each other.
They're standing around a box that has cranks and pretty filigree on it.
Yep, there's a very long, it looks like planks, like really nice wood planks that are stacked, and then there's like metal throughout, and on the ends there's metal work and cranks and things. So yeah, does look like a box, but upon inspection you kind of see that there are slats to it. And the man stands up, says, "Excellent. So happy that you could come and meet me on such short notice. We have so few moments left before catastrophe could strike. Are you guys still wearing your masks, or did you take them off when you came inside?"
I take it off when I came inside. I was joking when we walked in. I'm like, how does he know who we are? We have masks on, but we would have taken them off, I think, when we met theirs there. At least I did.
We'll keep mine on.
Take mine off.
Maybe takes hers off.
I'm just standing.
One weirdo.
I mean, yours looks like a nature mask, and you are already an Eladrin, so it could, just be your shtick. But he says, "Please come," and he has 4 chairs already set up. Urzire just kind of goes over to the side. He sits down in a little lounge off to the, just back to your right. The 2 men are off back to your left. You're sitting in front of this desk, if you take your chairs. He goes, he introduces himself as, he says, "You may address me as the Artifacts." Make me perceptions.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Natural.
Everybody in the club get tipsy.
Say natural 1.
Natural 20.
Also, I started myself with inspiration because I did my journal homework.
Yeah, if you would have refreshed, I already gave it to you.
Well, I just thought I already did it. So.
Teacher's pet, man.
Just do it when you're done.
It's hard.
It's hard. So, what'd you guys get?
14.
16.
Okay. A natural 20.
Yeah, natural. Should get a unnatural 20. So, just looking over him and all that stuff, obviously, he's very affluent. He is very rich. His clothing is fresh tailored, like, almost looks brand new. Couture styling. The robes are silk, probably. He has a pin that he's wearing on his, like, almost like a brooch on the lapel of his robe, which looks like a bridge, like looking at a span bridge from the side. Like, take, like, if you were looking at San Francisco Bridge from directly the side of it, it's like a pin. Yes, Golden Gate Bridge. The bridge in San Francisco.
It's called the San Francisco Bridge. I've been on that bridge.
It's the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yes.
Oh, I'm like answering your questions.
Yeah. When you look over Mr. Natural 20, you see his notes, and you recognize that, like, just you kind of scan it pretty quick, but it's nonsense, and it's probably written in a cipher. So, because you may address me as the Artifacts. I work for the Order of Architects. Our organization is all across the face of Faerun. It is our duty to discover and catalog as many portals to other realms as possible, so that we can keep tabs on such potent and oftentimes dangerous holes between our reality to others.
And what name has this organization? Perhaps I've heard of them.
He just told you.
Oh, I missed.
The Order of Architects.
Oh, the Order of Architects.
He literally just rapped. He said, "My name is Artifacts. Come
From the Order of Architects."
I literally thought it was going to be the start of a really great song.
Is it architects like artifacts, where it's EX?
No, it's...
I know.
An Artifacts is a pinnacle architect. Like, if an architect... Back in the day, if you were an expert architect, you would be called an Artifacts. So, it sounds like a rank title, and it's impressive. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
sure. You don't know what their, you could be low on the totem pole. You don't know what their titles are, but Artifacts to a layman is an expert architect. Yeah, but he's, as he said, he's supposed to, like, that organization finds portals so that they can watch them and catalog them and make sure they're not being abused.
Nice.
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 Very nice.
Nothing to come back at him with on that?
No, I mean, he gave us his name and told us what he does. And I want a little more information before I start questioning, because he called us, so...
It is to my understanding that you have been caught up in this Oxbow Basin search. That probably many of the problems that are plaguing this town right now revolve around.
I think caught up is the correct word. We weren't intending any of this.
Well, it's a good thing that someone was made aware of it and took it seriously. I've been here and trying to search for it, but have come up empty-handed. There is a group that was working against me, it seems.
Have you figured out who it was that was working against you?
I have not, but I think it has something to do with those silver coins that you carried.
How do you know this?
Well,
I was like, shut up, don't tell my soul those.
Have you run in with this group? Or Urzire tells me that you weren't run in with a group.
The Huffers, they call themselves. We have.
The Huffers. Yes.
You know them.
I do, unfortunately. The Order has had many run-ins with them. They tend to work for demons, trying to give them inroads into the prime material planes so that they can wreak their havoc.
Well, it seems they are attempting currently to make those inroads permanent.
Well, we must... The Order must do everything possible to stop that.
Sweet, so pay us for that information.
Did they happen... Do you know if they happen to know the location of the basin?
From what we beat out of their leader, they do not.
Ah, good. That's at least something good in all this. Would you happen to know the location of this basin?
What's it worth? I'm just kidding. No. Hey, money, you make some money too.
And you're, this is business still. Like,
no, totally.
It's okay to ask for money.
Well, no, we haven't found it yet. I don't have anything to bargain with it. Like, and I'm not going to be an evil character. This isn't Cormier. This isn't K-Mirror. K-Mirror would have been like, what's it worth? 10 gold. No, I know nothing. But no, I don't. We don't know anything. So.
If only there was some way to secure this portal. I don't want to just have to wander through the aqueducts all day.
Well, we know that it's in a basin.
And there are... He kind of sifts through some notes and pulls out this big, rolled up paperwork. He's like, yes, I've got the city plans. They're way out of date, but there's at least 2.5 dozen basins scattered throughout the aqueducts of the city.
And you don't have 24 men.
I was not given the sufficient resources. Unfortunately, I just have these 3 associates with me. I can hire, and if you think you can find this basin...
Well, how far apart would these things be?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Is what are, look over your abilities?
He's saying this for no reason at all.
Because I don't know if this was discussed in character or not. I don't know if you know what he can do, but I'm now thinking that he doesn't remember what he can do.
Honestly, I've done a poor job of getting to know any of these people as a boss should.
Yeah.
No, I can... You mean detect portal?
Yeah, that one.
No, it's not that one.
You can fucking detect portals.
Within a mile.
God damn it.
Yeah. So, but it has to be active.
Oh, okay.
So he can only do it when it's open.
So that would be my question then. If he's able to detect them, they're all within a mile. Would all these bases?
No, oh yes, the entire city is not even a mile around, basically. So we went over this.
That congested.
Oh yeah, we went over this when he did his detect extraplanar creatures, and you're like, yep, there's demons, there's devils, there's fae, there's elementals, there's this, there's that, there's everything but celestials.
Just throughout the.
But that's a mile radius as well.
Seriously, so the entirety of Baldur's Gate is from here to AMPM.
Yes.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I think we looked at.
That is not a mile.
It's not much less than.
No, a mile would be from here to the corner of Sabino Canyon.
Okay.
Which is the next light.
That's a good amount of space, though, to fit all the Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, we looked up looked it up in the.
Well, I guess that would
map.
only be one direction. If he was standing in the center and you had a mile in both directions, I could kind of see. But even then, it's still you have a port.
So how long?
I thought you said.
Okay, so here's 1 mile. Okay. So here's the map. Here's 1 mile. So the entirety of Baldur's Gate, the outer city, is more than that. But you're not worrying about that. So yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I would not have. All right.
I mean, this isn't a billion population city. It's hundreds of thousands. But
Well, that's what I'm getting. I mean, Tucson's 23 miles across, and we have 500,000.
I thought we had 1 million now.
536,000 is still Tucson proper pop.
Anyway, so yes, he will detect the first portal within 1 mile. It may not be the basin, but
I mean, that's an easier way to detect something than just looking at every single fucking.
Right. And that's what you do is just like what he's saying is oh yeah, I do that. That's my job.
This is what the artifacts does?
No. Yeah, they are they have an entire order of people that are trying to find these portals, catalog them, and make sure bad shit doesn't come out. The Horizon Walker, that's literally their job. Like, that is what they do. They try to secure the passages between planes and make sure invasions and things like that don't happen.
Okay.
That's why he's, his preferred enemy is Infernals. He's kind of all up in this. Now, I don't think you've ever told them of that ability. So, if you want to trump card it, like, you can play that at any time.
Okay, super casual. I can detect portals.
Well,
Point the way.
Just in case you guys didn't know.
So here's what my question is then for the artifacts is that if he's able to hire people, and we know that there are only 24 basins, what does he need us for? What are we doing here?
I need to make sure that the people I hire are trustworthy. I mean, I could put out an ad, and like it is not, I'd get someone like a huffer in my midst who would just sell the information off back to the demons. I can't, I can hire any mercenary company. You are working for a mercenary company, aren't you?
We're basically a mercenary company ourselves.
So I attempted to go to the Flaming Fist, but they are too busy at the moment, taking care of things inside and outside of the city.
We can definitely detect, or not detect.
You do not know.
I don't know that. Okay, so. Well, then that's where I would stop him, because I'm asking him, like, what does he need us for? He just believes we're trustworthy, but how are we supposed to find portals unless we spread out? Are you asking that we hire?
That's what I was saying, character. I'd say take the
Gotcha.
job. Like,
It sounds
have
like
confidence in me that I.
You think you can find this portal?
This guy that
Within
hasn't
one night.
spoken 6 fucking episodes.
Right?
He's like, take it, just trust me.
Just take the job.
Take the job.
Are you
Take
afraid
the
they're
job.
gonna take your job?
I would have to look at you
Does he have pants?
sideways because I want the job, but I also don't like the name of Erevar to be sullied and lost. So, I would kind of
Actually, he looks over at you and he goes, "You have expertise in this matter? You believe you can find this portal?"
Yes, tell us, Jordan.
He's got some senses.
I am not one to question. You all seem to be very professional, but how would you go about finding and locating and correctly identifying this basin as being the portal?
Well, if we tell you, then it's not much of a caveat for payment anymore, is it?
Well, you still have to do it, which is what I'm paying you for, or would pay you for.
Let's just say I'm experienced in this matter.
He's good at digging in holes.
Can confirm.
Do I get to roll a persuasion?
Sure, go for it. I was rolling something different, but
I was sorry. I don't have to. I was just...
no. I mean, that's
what you're here for.
That's pretty much right there. Like, I don't know any way you could deliver that poorly or well.
Damn, did I really just do that twice? 15.
Okay. He goes, so you... I mean, you are a Ladrin. Are you from the Feywild? And you are... And you are familiar with planeswalking?
Yes.
Excellent. I mean, it's most fortuitous that you have come to my attention this on the eve of this portal's opening.
You come to me on the eve of this portal's opening.
On the eve of this blood moon. I cannot turn down a favor.
Inspiration.
So,
I can't just give you inspiration.
Well, he pointed out.
You can call it out, like...
I was like,
You need to go ahead.
I think that was worthy enough, because honestly, I was about to be like, wait, have you actually seen Godfather series?
Sure fucking have. Well,
the first one's the only good
I've seen the first one. That's all I've seen.
Can we make it half inspiration?
You can half fuck off.
1990, fuck off! Don't touch me. Don't come near me. He goes, well, excellent. Well, I will need to be there when the portal is discovered. I need to catalog it and use my magics to make sure that nothing comes through. So you'll be escorting myself and my other employees to the portal. Is that acceptable?
Does Maeve have massage message?
No.
Massage. Does Maeve do happy endings?
Maybe.
I'm gonna ask her tonight.
Massage.
I've had a rough day. I was gonna say, like, I don't. Erevar's really apprehensive about bringing strangers along on missions. I'm trying to think of
You can try to thieves' canter.
You want to do
You
this
think
by
she
yourself?
speaks it?
I know she speaks. It's not that.
Well, you don't know she speaks it.
I don't
She
know
used a hand
no,
signal.
I'm trying to think of what I want to do because it's not that I don't want the job. What it is I don't trust the artifacts 100%. Because they seem to know a lot about us, which is kind of unnerving.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're going to be the people that are paying us. So we have to put some level of trust. But also, if we have their people with us, we can use them as sacrifices.
Or we bring them and he's not closing the portal, he's holding the portal open. That's what I want to avoid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust new...
Right, but if we find the portal and then we want our money, we have to tell him where the portal is, and then he knows where it is. Either way.
That's fine. Because we can feed him false information if we find out more information about it. I'm just saying, if we're there and he holds the place up, we're not making any money. Half now, half when we can.
If you agree to the contract, you have an entire day, because the Blood Moon Festival is until tomorrow night, to research, to figure things out, to have Maeve do whatever.
What does this job pay anyway?
Oh, well, the order is very generous. We would pay, there's 4 of you, plus let's call it 800 gold. That's
Nice.
200 apiece.
We pay off our debt. With our... Yeah, we sure fucking do have some debt.
Pay it off instead of... The thing is that she doesn't want money.
Yeah, but she would take it.
If you asked her, or if you negotiated, like, she's like, yeah, okay, I'll take the money, but she doesn't want money. She wants work out of you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah, and you don't want to, like, you guys are trying
after
to.
The festival.
You don't want to owe her work.
We'll take it half now, half at accomplishment. We need some money to cover our
with his
expenses.
people coming with us, right? You're agreeing to that?
Of course. I mean, we can't get away from that. 800 gold is a lot of money.
Yes, of course. He kind of pulls up a bag. It's like a nice leather, very well.
He pulls out his bag.
Pulls the bag, just throws it right on the
Put
desk.
it back.
Very nice leather bag. It's
What's in
actually
the bag?
dyed like red. It's like a really nice burgundy. Unclasps it, opens it up, reaches into it,
For a drink, I'll get him a drink.
and in perfect
As I grab 4.
stacks,
Right here.
pulls out 400 gold.
I'll give you that.
So he just like 100 stack, 100 stack, 100 stack, 100 stack, and he hands it out to each of you.
Nice.
Thank you. All right. Boom.
100 stacks. I'm rolling in gold right now. I should have bought a fancier mask.
You can buy one on your way out.
No, I'm good with my thrift store mask.
Dang, we're rich compared to
Dude, it's
Dragonborn.
Well, you never really had to worry about money in Dragonborn.
That's true.
You're rich compared to the Candle Fangs.
Nuh-uh.
I mean, everyone else. So,
That was so much fun at the end, counting my gold after death. I feel like the undead Erevar would be jingling with coin. Or Issarak. He'd be like, shink.
interestingly enough,
You can hear him coming.
so they put out 3 new subclasses for playtesting. A swarm ranger, like a ranger that summons bees, like it's really weird. A fighter who is a rune inscribing fighter, so like they can inscribe runes on their weapons and shields and armor to give them extra properties. But the third one is a rogue that is dead,
Ooh.
He is a risen rogue and has made a deal with like the Raven Queen or some mysterious death power and has come back and doesn't know why. Like, they realize by the time they take that class that they're dead and they start remembering the memories of those previous lives, but they don't know why they're doing this. They don't know what deal they made or what it is, like, but they can kind of reach back into past lives and pull up skills that they don't have and just know things. So
they even have multiple lives.
Yeah, maybe. Like, it's weird. Like, either they're getting skills from other dead through the contract or like through the agreement.
I don't want to do it now, but is there some place I can read that?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
It's Unearthed Arcana. Oh, actually, if you go into my campaign and create a new character, it'll be an option on Rogue. Just to make one that's level 3, like any campaign, and just create a new character.
Alright, so go to
right.
Thirsty.
But I'll do that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But you'll see it. It's called the Risen.
I like rogues.
Yeah, he's like, excellent, thank you. He pulls out some paper. He starts writing up contract. It looks like the paper already has some pre-filled out stuff, like standard type contract, and he just adds the information in that you will be working for him, you'll be escorting him, protecting him and his crew, and finding this portal to secure it.
And the wording seems legitimate. This contract's not getting us into anything funky.
Roll attorney.
Roll an investigation.
Damn.
Hey, thank you.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Komodo kiss.
Komodo kiss, thank you.
This is an investigation?
Come on. Investigation, yep.
That just fell out of my hand. That's no bueno. I got a natural 20.
Naturally. It seems legit, except, like, it seems legit for a contract. It is definitely a, they're not going to take any any liability, all damages, everything's, for you. It's one of those...
We're hiring you as mercenaries on purpose because we don't want to involve our group in this directly.
Right. And, like, we don't want to be... If anything goes wrong, it's not us, it's you.
Erevar is down with that kind of contract.
Yeah. So, you sign it, and...
Does it need all of our signatures, or do I speak for the group?
Either way.
I'll speak for the group.
Okay. And you just put the little CB, Cardinal Bond,
I'm not even sure
at the end.
if George already reads or not.
Actually, you probably have a Cardinal Bond, like, little signet, and you can wax it and press it at the end of it so that you're basically negotiating a contract with the Cardinal Bond for this, which does mean that Britra would get a cut if you do that. So you can not do it with the Cardinal Bond and just say this is on your own time, or
Let's
do it.
not do that then.
Okay.
I'm not putting the signet.
So you're not going to be able to get any aid or help from Cardinal Bond.
Considered a signet ring?
No. Well, yeah, it could be. It could be a ring if you want it.
So let's throw it in there and do that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I see it as just like a little, like, thumb stamp.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I could put it there.
yeah.
I don't want to get off. But that's something we would all have, or something that
Just you.
Just me. Okay.
As you're a leader type, you're a veteran of the bond.
Cool.
So you guys have signed that. They thank you. Say, I look forward to it. We'll reconvene here tomorrow before sundown. Please come prepared with everything you need for the trip into the aqueducts. I will secure passage into the aqueducts. We'll be coming from the upper city, unless you know or think it is somewhere else located in one of the other districts, or the lower city. Unless you have reason to believe it's there. We'll start here.
What would you... The Cardinal Bond, is that a mercenary order? Or
yes, mercenary order. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Come here sometime before sundown tomorrow night with all the stuff you need to get him and his crew to the Oxbow Basin. Okay. Urzire will walk you back outside. thanks you for helping them out.
Where do we sleep?
Probably not here. Probably have to
No?
leave and go to the upper city. Or, I mean, go back to the lower city. Because, like, he just escorts you out the manor. Like, you know, this is where they live, so. I don't know what he's doing.
Not here.
Yeah. They're going, you guys are going back to the faded side, I'm assuming.
I'm out of here because, like, as much as
Oh,
I
we're
love...
leaving Upper City?
Yeah,
We're
you're going, like,
back?
you
Oh, wow.
conducted your business and now you're
Oh,
going.
we stayed?
Yeah, I was like, tell her how much your mask was in Upper City. How do you think a hotel room's going to cost?
I mean, I'm balling right now, so.
So, like, when you get outside, you know, he shuts the door and you're just out in front of the Grey Manor. If you wanted to say anything to Maeve or the rest of the group now about your feelings.
Not yet.
Okay.
No,
Oh, God.
I should definitely...
You don't have to, bro.
What's up? What?
I said you don't have to.
I'm gonna, though. I should have done it like earlier. I'm gonna ask her kind of how the weather is in Kent, but really it's like, you know, do you understand what I'm saying?
She looks like she's trying to think about if she wants to answer that or not, which is your answer.
Gotcha. All right, I'll keep that information for now. I won't press it.
But you're not bringing up anything now? You're going home? Anyone. Not just him. Anyone can say something.
I know.
Should we look right now?
I said, when do y'all want me to?
I was gonna say, like, if we could just go check it out.
Well, it won't show up on his ability until it's actually open.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, they'll obviously probably open it during the Blood Moon Festival, but if...
Yeah, it only opens during the Blood Moon Festival.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or, it only, not the festival. It only opens when the Blood Moon is
Okay.
So really,
full. When the moon is eclipsed.
searching right now isn't going to do anything for us.
He can't detect anything
Yeah,
at the
I
moment.
was going to say, I mean, the only thing that I'm really going to get out of her, if I press, is that she does speak it. That's something that we can do secretly. I don't think she feels like she's going to give up why just yet, really.
Well,
I'm not talking about Maeve. I'm talking about your misgivings with the artifacts.
Oh, do I want to discuss that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought I was like, do you want to discuss?
I mean, because you wanted
These
to
can't.
try to talk to Maeve in there, and I'm like, okay, well, do you want to talk to Maeve out here now?
Oh, gotcha,
Like-
gotcha. No, I was going to ask if she could not detect a message. That way we didn't have to bring the artifacts. Like,
Oh,
can
yeah,
you message
it's
him?
not
Can we
long
leave him
range
alone?
enough
Well,
anyway.
so we could
Yeah.
at least drag him along, short distances.
But no, she doesn't have that. But do you say anything before you guys leave the manor grounds?
I can say that I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him. There's something else behind this.
Well, and I feel like I feel that distrust, but also I have enough confidence in our group that if we're taking along someone that ultimately turns on us, that we fucking deal with it.
I have worked as a mercenary and a pirate for a long time, and no one has ever handed me 800 gold for something that was involved searching.
Well, he gave you 100.
You know what I mean. He just basically almost gave us 1,000 gold just to find something for him.
That's pocket change. So.
It sounds desperate. It sounds like he stands to gain from it. I know that.
She's like, it sounds like what Helena did to get the kedge anchor.
Mm-hmm.
Pay an exorbitant amount of money and then just kill him to take it back.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Is 100% don't trust these people, but at the same time,
You trust yourselves to kick ass.
yeah, I think that once we get there,
So we're all in agreement that we don't trust this guy and we should be on our toes. Okay, so let's.
Should I detected evil in there or something?
Fuck.
Maeve haps.
We're gonna really need to. All right, so.
You guys are still in the manor grounds. It's got a 30-foot range,
So.
if you went around the side and snuck around this manor, you could probably position yourself where you could detect where they were in that house, but you're also sneaking around the manor and you don't know what scrying or protections or other things they have here.
Let's save that for now. Because you're right. I feel like the territory's too unfamiliar for us to go throwing spells around.
Well, I could do it before we when we get here tomorrow. I'll do it. Except for okay, yeah. We can do it tomorrow before we meet them. Like I'll walk in and have it up.
So
if you guys want, because that uses one of my spells.
That sounds good. So now Erevar is going to suggest that we go buy a pint in a different part of town. First drink's on me.
So you guys are heading out of Upper City, going back to.
I'm saying that. Did you guys still want to look around? You want to poke and buy and stuff like that? This is the.
You are right next to the Wide, which is a massive marketplace. If you want to go
Does
look for
anybody
things.
need anything? Is there anything you want to look for? You need like a new stick with spikes on it or something. I don't know what monks use to hit.
She uses her astral arms that come out.
Brass knuckles and stuff like that.
No. Raw fist.
Raw fist.
And she raw dogs it.
I got a raw fist at the doctor.
Oh God.
Yes, you did.
Raw fist. That was my nickname in jail.
It's basically prostitution because you have to pay for it.
What's up? Yeah, but that's a good point.
All right.
If you ever go to this hospital, watch out for Dr. Fat Fingers McKnuckles.
The watch is already coming through.
That story. I was going to ask him if he used his thumb. I was like, Jesus Christ, got an elbow.
It's like
You did tell me that.
Yeah.
So the watch is already going around and starting to remind people that you can't be up here unless you live here.
I give him a little bit of that on our way out. Like, fuck off.
As they wrangle up and get everyone that's not a resident or doesn't have passage out of the city every night. But you're already heading out, so it doesn't really matter.
All right.
And you get back to the lower city. You're back in Eastway. I think it's Eastway.
All right. So can we find a pub real quick?
You want to find one that is not the faded sign? Like you don't want to.
Yeah, I'd rather we do something new. I have something I want to do.
Okay. Not another tavern generator.
All right. Have you guys ever seen this before?
Yeah.
You guys looked at it, yeah.
I've looked at it live on stream.
It's fun.
It is actually really useful. Because you don't have to use the whole thing, but you can just say, like, here's the name of it, or you can just describe, like, a beer real quick, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I use it as, like, inspiration. Like, I'm probably not going to read it directly. Yeah. And a lot of times, too, I don't like the names, because it names stuff like...
It does use more weird ones. I just keep hitting it and start using the words they give me to do something.
I use it as inspiration, because a lot of times it names things like Diablo.
Yeah.
Where some stuff makes sense, but other times you end up with, like, the wondrous belt, or, like gloves have a lot of, like, synonyms that are stupid, like grips or wraps or, like, knuckles. So it's like shimmering knuckles of holding. You're like, what are the knuckles of holding?
You find the Ruby Ghost.
The Ruby Ghost. I like that one. Alright, so we'll go in and I'll buy the first round, whatever anybody wants.
For my first round, I would like 2 rounds.
So a double. Just say a double.
No.
I'll take a double pint. You're like, wait, what?
I'd like 2 rounds in the same glass, please.
You want a picture. You want a picture. Here you go.
Damn it. All right. I'll order... I'm actually going to order something... I'm going to get a beer. Just something quick and easy, because I don't want to get drunk just yet. Which should be a sign to you guys that I got something serious to talk about.
Ooh.
Scared.
No, don't be scared. Actually, you should be scared because the rogue is buying the drinks.
I know. Honestly, totally out of character. Can I do a perception check?
You can do an insight.
Do I need to? I'm going to do it.
Do it.
Damn, 14.
Roll.
Wisdom would be
No. What is your passive wisdom?
15. So she hit it, right?
Your passive. You have a +5 wisdom.
+2.
+2. So your passive wisdom is a 12.
Oh, sorry.
So.
Where do I see passive wisdom?
So it's that's your score. So I don't know where it would be on the phone.
Oh, passive wisdom 14.
There it is. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So 14.
14 passive wisdom.
Cool.
I'm pretty smart.
So...
it seems like I've got something...
What did you get, by the way?
Hey.
Who, me?
Oh.
Thanks, Allie.
Technically all of us except for Wiley or Burnett.
Why am I? Oh, because I have gray hair. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
What did?
Well, I have a hat on, so I can't claim.
What did you get?
Because you don't
14.
know unless I do this.
So he looks like he wants to talk about something serious. You get the vibes that he's wanting to talk about something serious,
I said,
like
damn
business.
I was about to do it too. I'd be like, I'll do it. Freaking insight.
The way he said I got something to talk about
Yep.
it. Didn't
Yeah. 5 silver for the round.
Oh, sweet.
Love you.
Allie.
All right.
Are you at Thirsties or are you at home?
She's at home.
Oh.
Are you drunk?
The Pope wear a funny hat? Alright. So basically what I'm gathered you all here for is that we're going to do something large and scary. Basically, like
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Not too mean.
Going to do something small and mean.
Basically, I'm gonna impart that what we're about to go up against isn't like a normal like thing that we normally do. Like the amount of money we've been paid is ridiculous. It's exorbitant. It's fishy as shit. Some of you probably already got that. But also that we don't know each other very well. That we can't rely on each other's skills unless we talk about it a little bit. So I've been bereft of introductions and communication with my own crew, which is something I'm not used to, and I think it's time to remedy that. So basically I'm telling them that like I was a pirate for a long time, that not only do I know Baldur's Gate, but I'm quick, I've trained with sword quite a bit, that I'm a little uneasy on land. I basically just spill my guts and tell you guys the stuff so you can kind of get an idea that I'm sneaky, that I'm a duelist, that I have a lot of like sea knowledge and that sort of stuff. Because I'm just learning right now that you might somehow be able to like locate portals. I feel like we will be better served as a team if we are a team.
First, this guy wants to buy drinks. And then this guy wants to share his feelings.
Not feelings. He wants to
Not into it.
He wants to know what's going on. Because we're seriously out of character. This campaign is supposed to get us to about level 5,
Yeah,
and then we're
I
going
get
to level like this. So now we're kind of there now where we're like at this crazy part.
Yeah, we gotta talk
So
about our feelings.
What it is Erevar is like, hey, I don't sail unfamiliar waters with strangers. And I've been in Baldur's Gate, everything's been fine. You guys can tag along and make a couple bucks off me, that's great. I can use you as cannon fodder, but now we're about to do something serious and I want to know what you're about and if you're up to it. That's what I'm getting at. Because we haven't had any kind of discussion at all about each other or what we can do or where we're from, that kind of stuff. I know you guys know each other and there might have been some like this and that, but basically Erevar is like, we should talk a little bit about each other and what we're going to be doing and what we're going up against.
Do you want to hold hands?
No, kubayas for children.
Well, Maeve will say that she's fairly new to town, but has been here for a bit. She's a priest of Timora. She can bless people to be quieter and sneakier, pull off pranks and tricks. She can make a duplicate of herself.
Ooh.
That can walk around and pretend to be her. She can also do the normal priesty things like turn undead and stuff like that.
That's cool because I don't know the normal priestly things. So basically, Erevar is trying to figure out if he knows what you guys do, he can better serve as leader.
I mean, my character's about...
Punching stuff.
Well, I was going to say she's about put it all out there. There's really no secrets here. I'm just here to... I'm here
Gotcha.
for the fight. This guy's got some fucking secrets.
Tell us, Jordarai.
That's how I feel.
Tell us how you feel. Would you like to hold hands?
You want to buy another round for 5 silver?
Ooh.
Make it a
Yeah.
full gold?
Let's do it.
I am very aware of demons and devils.
Because they live inside of me.
No, they don't live inside of me.
Well, what makes you aware of demons and things? Where does this power come from?
Just tell them, Jordan, what do you have to lose?
Spill it.
Except
Now
for
that we're
your-
all in it together.
I've been known to
Oh.
get really, really. Should we get you drunk?
Travel across the plains and encounter such things. So
You've been known to encounter such things on purpose or mistakenly?
on
Or-
purpose.
On purpose. You just go around looking for demons. You're like, hey, demons.
Well, I try to quash them when I can.
Gotcha. All right. And special abilities and junk like that. Something that might help us. That I know that you know. Like besides, you can identify demons easily. Do the artifacts seem like a demon?
Guess we'll find out tomorrow.
I was like,
Oh, so this isn't a natural thing. You need some sort
we
of preparation.
no, yeah, like I would have to.
He needs some preparation H.
You need some preparation. D.
Preparation J. It's Jared.
All those letters are.
Not the H. It's the actual letter.
This show brought to you by.
We're not
We're not
sponsored by Preparation H, but we're available. How weird would that be? Like at the bottom of the ticker, it's just like this D&D stream sponsored by Preparation H.
It was like the
Preparation
funniest
H.
thing when
For when you have to sit for 3 or more hours and talk about your feelings.
who was Alice Cooper has got that radio show up there.
Mhm.
He's like, I was all about, beer and sex and rock and roll and drugs and I was sponsored, I had sponsorships from condom companies and this, and now I'm doing this radio show in Phoenix where I retired, and my sponsor should be Preparation H and Pepto-Bismol.
Preparation H approached the what do you call it? The estate of for cooling sensation after demon encounters. Preparation H approached Johnny Cash's estate, and we're like, we'd love to use Ring of Fire.
Oh
for
my
our
God.
commercials.
No.
And Johnny Cash's estate, basically the people who were in charge of his money and his rights and things like that, were like, no, and never ask us again. Like they made the stipulation was, we will never, ever, ever sell the rights.
What
to
a missed
that.
opportunity, because when you think of the Ring of Fire, I mean,
Everyone-
chlamydia, like
What's it-
gonorrhea, like,
Everyone.
Well, it's like when Viagra came out, they got NASCAR driver Jimmy Johnson.
oh no.
And they're like, seriously? You got some guy named Johnson to plug this? That's brilliant. Brilliant. Alright, so now I feel a little bit better. Like I feel like we're a team. Like I can make better plans when we discuss and things like that. Because I didn't even know you could like detect portals or detect demons and things like that. So
You still don't technically know that.
well, I would just say like this is kind of
Oh, I
out
was
of
probably
character
to
now.
get there. What you guys went to this sidetrack about?
Preparation H.
These are important things.
Are they?
Have you ever had a really itchy butthole, Dayton? Well, then you don't know how important preparation H is.
Ever used Preparation H?
No.
I love it. It's called Preparation H.
Has anyone here ever used Preparation
never
H?
used it.
Gilbert uses it on the regular, and when he puts it on, he says, "I'm like a slip and slide."
Okay, so
What I love about it is that it's called
No.
Preparation H. I'm like, what are you preparing for?
Preparation hemorrhoids.
I know what the H stands for. I'm just like, what are you preparing?
But do you
no,
get it?
so no one here that's a Got it.
Good
What
save.
else were you saying?
nothing.
We've just
Nothing?
gone on to full-on ad mode
Okay.
now, so.
So basically, I would just say that this would be a way that we just got to know each other a little better. I wanted to know what everybody could do and that sort of stuff. So I think that kind of part of the night is done. Is there anything anybody else wants to do this evening? Do we need to do any shopping? Do we need to do any resting? We took a long rest the other day, so I don't think we've gotten any kind of...
You haven't done anything.
Has anybody expended any spell slots? Did Maeve use something at all?
Nope.
I
Not
thought
yet.
she cast
I
something.
mean, you guys are going to be
Not
taking
yet.
a
She
long
won't
rest when you
till the
sleep for the night.
Yeah.
Also, you can store another. Like tonight, you can store a second key into your amulet.
I did store those keys.
You store
from...
one. You stored one that you had left.
I thought I had two.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
it
where would
only
I-
had one marked.
where
Go to
would I-
equipment.
Okay, where would it? Okay, equipment.
This is the first thing, Amulet of Serenity.
Yeah.
Click on it. Because I only saw the one checkbox
Oh, okay.
checked.
Well, then that's probably it.
Okay, so you can store the other one now. Like,
Okay.
I mean, go ahead and like you're gonna sleep tonight, and you haven't used no key, so
Okay.
That's super cool. That's a really neat piece of equipment.
it's. I have to say that I don't like.
Well-
I don't know if you read the description,
Yeah.
but it has a term at the top. I think it says latent. That thing is not just a normal magic item. that's going to grow with you.
Yeah.
So it's going to unlock new abilities.
Yeah, I
like
remember reading
when you
about
store key into it, it's going to have other effects that you can do instead of just storing the key.
Yeah. Well, and what's really cool is a lot of my like powerful, cool moves and attacks, they expend a lot of key points. So it's really nice to have that kind of
Battery.
That stockpile. That overstock.com.
Overstock.com key. All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do tonight? Any other discussions to be had? Investigations? Talking to people?
Should we ask about the... I mean, we already kind of know we're going to do that spell, but should we like ask about the artifacts?
The Order of Architects? Maybe see
you
if
know
anyone
what?
knows
We
about
could,
them?
Yeah, we could go down to the Mermaid and talk about that a little bit. That
How
sounds like
many
a good
days
idea,
out are
actually.
we from the festival at this point?
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
That's actually a really good
So yeah,
idea.
this was our last.
I'm down to head to the Mermaid because we can find that information out, at least cursory.
I mean, if we found out enough, we might even be able to not use one of Maeve's spell slots. I mean, if we trust what we hear, you
That's
know?
true. I trust a lot from the Mermaid. I've never been led astray there yet.
There was that one time.
Well, one time.
No. You didn't hear about that?
So, heading to the Mermaid?
I will, at least. We don't have to go together if you guys want to do something else.
You want to split the party?
It's my middle name. Actually, it's Bruce, but maybe I'll legally change it to split the party.
Honestly,
Bruce.
I'll nominate you for inspiration if you do that. That's all I can offer.
Oh,
Change your middle name
Yeah.
to split the party. All right. Yeah, down to the Mermaid.
One word though. Just
Split the party.
so the party.
All the usual suspects are there.
Just people being like, Splithy pretty? Like people like,
Splithy-pretty?
it's fucking, it's Norwegian.
All the usual suspects are there. Miz is there. Arya's drinking her wine at the bar.
Mm-hmm. What's that little thing's name that always hits on me?
Oh, the goblin?
Yeah,
She's not here. She was at the other bar.
gotcha. All right, so I guess I'll just
There's
put out
that-
feelers about the artifacts.
There's that ugly guy.
We'll talk about the artifacts with Maeve. See, or not Maeve, Mizla.
Arya and
Mizla.
You guys can talk
Squint.
to Arya and
Squint is there. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to talk to Arya, like,
Well-
use it out and ask Miz.
You have more of a rapport with Arya. I'll
That's
talk to
what I was
Mizla if
gonna
you
say.
talk to Arya.
Okay.
Minor party split.
In the same location.
We split up in the room.
Mizla doesn't know anything about the Order of Architects.
Which is also,
But she definitely makes note of that you've now told her about something she doesn't know about.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, I take note of the fact that she doesn't know anything about that. That's interesting. That doesn't bode well. All right.
You ask Arya about that? It's like, I've heard rumor of them. A very secretive order. They're meant to... I don't know if it's true or not, but it's said to be an order founded or at least sponsored by Mordenkainen, a very powerful wizard that now walks the plains.
I was gonna say I love that beer.
The order is something to do with trying to safeguard the realms from extraplanar threat. That's all I know about them. I've never met one. I've never even gotten verification that they actually exist. Very secretive because of what they do. And you can see her make a mental tally of how much you owe her.
Is Arya really a rogue?
She's a businesswoman for an evil dragon.
That's right. I like her so much.
But make an insight.
Oh yes, this is the one that I don't have a whole lot of. Oh wait, no, I do. Way back. 19.
Okay, so as they're talking to Arya and you're talking to Mizla and you're kind of hearing each other's conversations, and you make the even comment like, oh, I really like her. You realize now, and you're thinking, like, you see Mizla look over at Arya, and you kind of connect some dots back to every time you've come in here and encountered Arya and Mizla, that they seem... Mizla seems to pay extra attention to Arya, and vice versa. It always seems like she's at the bar and Mizla's at the bar leaning over talking to her when you come in.
Are there scissors involved?
There might be.
That's it.
Arya definitely doesn't belong in this bar. She belongs in the upper city. She is dressed very nice, and she is obviously wealthy, and it's probably pretty dangerous for her to be down here. But she's also a powerful wizard, so fuck anyone that wants to try to ambush her.
Okay. So we'll meet back up and talk. I found nothing. You found something.
You at least found some validation that this order possibly exists. It's a legitimate order, possibly.
And it sounds like the founder actually had some altruistic ideas, if it's true, even though
Mordenkainen's an asshole, but to everyone else, like there's a lot of Mordenkainen spells, but yeah, to most people he is a powerful wizard that is trying to save the world all the time.
Alright, well that was fruitless. That was a good idea, but it didn't really turn anything up.
Maybe we can ask other people.
This is where I go to ask everybody all at once.
I know, but there's more people than Mizla and Arya here.
You can spread out and start talking to the other patrons and just try to gather information, but...
I think if I was going to gather any more information, I'd rather go talk to, like, Britra or somebody in a different location.
The one worry about that is it's a two-way. As you're asking about it, that name and those words are getting out to everyone as well.
Exactly.
So, all of a sudden, other people are asking... Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it is 10, almost 11 o'clock here. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the follow. And
hey, we play every Wednesday at 9:30, like an hour ago, like 9:30 Arizona time, which right now is Pacific.
Till the end of the month.
Yeah. So we're here every Wednesday at 9:30 Arizona time. We're playing an ongoing campaign, obviously called the Cardinal Bond. But every so often we jump into other stuff throughout the week. So. Yeah, come on down. You're following now, so you should be able to see.
Yeah, and also as a follower, we didn't say this when you first followed, but you get inspiration when you join the chat every week. With your inspiration, you can give any member of the parties a reroll, basically advantage on a roll, or one of my monsters, or one of my rolls.
NPCs, you can always help the NPCs fight us too. Lord and Savior Ace.
He loves giving...
He's like super against Aerobar. Like he's like, I don't like rogues. Alright. So he's right, and I also kind of think like, didn't he just got you one, didn't he? Oh, am I wrong?
That was like 30 minutes ago. Keep it.
There's only 2 left, by the way.
Okay. I'll milk it. Yay, lime.
That's all that's left.
Bring that other one.
Whoa.
Okay.
Sprayed all over my iPad. Giggity. Alright. Yeah, so even like kind of Maeve says like it's probably not a good idea to spread too much information of who we're working for out if they're such a secretive organization.
And that's actually why I like going to the mermaid, because I can do it once and it feels like enough search for me. Yeah. Unless it was it's really vital. So
I mean, someone in the city probably knows all about the Order of Architects. But if you can't find out that information at the Blushing Mermaid, you're going to have to spend weeks trying to find that person. Good night. So, end of the night for you guys?
Back to the Faded Sign.
Yep, you head back to the Faded Sign. It's kind of like winding down there. Just some other bondsmen in there, a couple locals. Britra is not there. Apparently she was there earlier in the evening, but they're about to kind of shut down and stop serving for the night. Head up to your rooms, get some sleep.
Meditation, depending on
what races you are. So, the next day, you are awoken to horns. There's horns and horns and festivities playing in the street. Let's see if I can. Let's see if there is a
fanfare,
atmosphere, like festive or celebration. Because this is definitely not it.
So now is the day of the festival?
Today is the day of the festival. I don't think this is what I want, but... Oh, wait. I know what there is. I saw it earlier. It's location carnival. There it is. So, the festival's begun. It's masks all day. All of the barkeeps and everything have locked all of their more expensive beverages up because pretty much today everything is free. You're not supposed to... If someone asks you for food or drink, you're just supposed to give it to them. And that includes things that, like, even people, like if you have a mug and someone can just run up and take your mug and go off with it, and you're supposed to just give it to them. So that's the thing for the day, just food and drink being spread about all around. And you can hear horns and pipes and strings being played in the street.
There's blood and moon in the middle of all the festivals.
Blood and moon. Revelry and already some fanfare going on out there. The streets definitely sound more packed than usual, and as the dull dawn light comes through and the fog is still there, it just looks like a bunch of masked, colorful demons, cavorting through the mist. I had a word there, but I completely lost it. It wasn't consorting.
It was a conspiring.
It's
about to say, but yeah.
It's
convening.
It's cavorting, like
Cavorting works,
it's
yeah.
pretty good. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for. The word I was trying to grab, but yep, it's just more strips of cloth. People have like dressed up with the masks. They've dressed up in tattered, slash and poof garb with, wrapped the strips of cloth to them, and they're just running through the streets, handing out treats and food and drink.
So we're heading back to the...
You have to do that. So the portal doesn't open until the blood moon actually happens, which is tonight.
Okay.
Just the moon. So you have an entire day.
We need to position.
But you should also...
Where the center of town is, so we need to be able to position ourselves so that Jorai can detect everything.
Well,
or is that just equidistant anywhere in town? He'll be able to...
It'll just find the closest one, but the way the artifact set is, just come up here and we'll enter the aqueducts here and you'll find it from there.
Okay.
Like, that's what his plan was, and he's even asked, unless you guys have another idea for how close it is or where it's at. So he knows the artifacts knows an interest to the aqueducts, and he has legal access apparently, that he can just go there and go down there. So you have a big job tonight, but what you doing for the day? Are you gonna participate in the festival?
I mean, it's free drinks.
It is free drinks. It's free drinks and free food all day.
I'm assuming there's some gambling going on too.
The taverns are packed because that's where most of the free drinks come from. They have stockpiled. Really, I mean, it's shitty wine, shitty ale, but they have it by the keg. They have it by the kegs, and the casks behind the bar, just to hand out to whoever wants to come in here. And they're supposed to hand out food, but they still do charge for things here and there, the extras. You find a way to monetize everything.
I'm a sailor. I'll drink shitty beer. Stuck at sea for a long time.
They call it
I'd like to find a
dumpster
spot where I
dove.
can sit down and cheat at dice for a bit.
I said they call me dumpster dove.
Alright. So you could just head to a more divey bar and start playing some dice. Are you guys going to stick together, or are you going to meet up later on?
Depends on if you guys want to watch me play dice or not.
I'll stick with him.
Okay. Maeve just kind of like is like looking around nervously, watching you guys drink, and she's like, do we want to drink this much? What we gotta do tonight?
There's plenty of time, bitch. Is that your alligator?
Is that, excuse me, is that your alligator?
You don't even know what it is then.
You don't even know what it is, Aunt. Do you need me for this conversation?
What's happening right now?
I don't know.
Dipper.
I skipped. So, you're cheating at dice. You want to make some sleight of hand checks, see how well you do?
Not so well.
That's what my inspiration is for.
For gambling?
To use it for gambling instead of, going down to the demon portal.
22.
You make 5 gold
Sweet.
during the day of gambling and cheating, and you only get punched once.
Nice.
Success.
So you're drinking. Are you drinking?
No.
I'm not
Maeve's not
drinking heavily. I'm just having the wine. I'm entertaining myself, but still maintaining.
Just
I was
chill.
like,
Okay.
I might have a drink,
After
but
every
I'm,
drink, have a glass of water.
I'm sipping slow, and I'm just
You're
watching
doing the
them
college really, like,
basically
after
do what they
drink, glass of
do.
water.
Also, cheating is much easier when everyone's wearing masks. You can't
I
see.
shouldn't have used my inspiration. I should have just asked for advantage before I rolled, but I feel like now. It's a lot of revelry, and it's like St. Patrick's Day and Halloween rolled into one, because it's like Halloween for adults. The day goes on and gets more and more crazy in the streets, and people like passed out on the sidewalk, and just groups just moving up and down and Can I
into
slide a hand in
bars.
some of their purses?
That's probably part of the 5 gold that you got for everything. Most people actually just don't carry money today because why would you? Everything's free.
I just white cloud all over myself.
Anything else you guys want to do specifically before the sun starts to sink?
I can't think of anything. We have our mission this evening. We've sold everything. We don't want to get drunk. I made a couple bucks. I'm good unless you guys have something you want to do.
Nope. All right. As the sun starts to dip, and the fog really never let up this entire day, and as the sun starts to sink and the light goes from yellowish gray to more grayish gray, big dollops of rain start to come down, and it doesn't affect the reverie one bit. Like, people are now whooping and hollering because it's raining, but rain is kind of a normal thing in Baldur's Gate.
My gourd mask.
You guys make your way to the upper city gate and show your papers to get through. The watch
Do we have to
makes
take
sure
our
you have
masks
to take
off
your
when we
masks
leave?
off, like, so that they can just get a look at you. It's not like they're checking IDs or anything, but you need to show that, and they need to get a look at you. And you make your way towards and the upper city is even more extravagant in its partying than the lower city, though they don't seem to always cater to the everything is free rule. So it looks like there's, you can still, they have what, like the inns, the taverns, even the places outside, they have what's free out, and then they have the premium, you can still buy the good drinks and all that kind of stuff. Good drinks, good food behind them.
It's too bad we have a mission. It's not that kind of party.
Yeah. And like the costumes are absolutely extravagant. It seems that right now you can't even tell the difference between the workers and the nobles. All the outfits look amazing. A lot of them are made to look like the entire person is a demon, or there's also a lot of slutty this, slutty that, Halloween style costumes with the masks and other stuff, but also like entire ball gowns with creepy ass masks that fit the bill to it, and goth like costumes. It's pretty amazing, and like a complete difference from the lower city where it's just a bunch of people running around getting drunk in masks, to this looks like a masquerade ball out on the street of the upper city.
We'll look around for a slutty Harambe.
Oh, you find him. It's an actual gorilla. He takes you home.
He's shaved in all the wrong spots.
So you make your way to the Grey Manor, and so is this when Maeve is supposed to use her spell? You. Yeah, absolutely. That's actually a good place to do it. Let's take a break.
All right.
As we get to the Grey Manor and about to get to the job at hand.
Should we play an ad?
We should play an ad. Why not? We're going to play an ad, folks. It's going to be weird. I don't know what's going to do.
You're going to like it, and we're going to make 2 cents.
We're going to make 2 cents.
We need more viewers to make 2 cents. I'm curious, we don't get to see what it is, do we?
No.
Do I get to see it online?
I mean, you should be able to see it.
Well,
You may
because
not
if
see it
were
because you're a subscriber, yeah.
You don't get to see it.
Oh.
So they did some really cool stuff. I have to say that I have to give it to Twitch that they did some pretty cool stuff with it. If you are not an affiliate or a partner, ads don't play anymore. So ads will only play if it can monetarily benefit the streamer it plays on. So if you're not making money, if you're not like back in the day when we were running riffs, when we were running our first D&D games, people said I had to watch an ad when I got into the game. That doesn't happen anymore. If we're not a partner and affiliate, if we can't make money off an ad, they don't show it. So they're only showing ads for our stuff.
Interesting.
And the other thing is this. So if I play this, like I'm going to play this 30-second ad right now, for the next 10 minutes after I play this ad, anyone that joins the stream doesn't get an ad when they join. Because I've already played an ad for the stream. So right now, like as we've been playing, anyone that joined would have been shown an ad, and we would have gotten revenue from it.
It's crazy that we can put ads when we want to, because then we can be like, "What do you do next?" I'm like, We're like ad, and we like talk about it for a second, yeah.
And so the ad's playing right now. Ad playing. 18 seconds remaining. Remember, you're still live. Some people may not get an ad. So for all those not getting on,
we'll be right back.
Yeah. I mean, we're playing an ad as well, so. Streamlabs.
It's still cool that we can do that. Run 2 ads.
I should have just. I don't know if I could run 2 ads back to back, but I could have made the ad 60 seconds. And that would have made the next 30 minutes ad free for anyone joining the channel. Break message. We'll be right back, but we're also still here. So.
Oops. It shot pretty far.
Oh, that's like a whip.
Okay.
So,
Well, so. Did you guys watch all of Letterkenny?
I was going to say completely off topic, but what did you think of the new season?
Everyone's freaking out about the end of that last episode.
So
That was fucked up.
right. So here's my thing: is that Letterkenny, like some bad things have happened to characters and things like that, but it was always there was nothing that ever changed.
You can always brush it off.
Well, there's nothing that changed your opinion of a character already. Characters are set. Like, Wayne's going to be Wayne, Squirrelian's going to be Squirrelian. even Angie, who, like, the very first episode, you learn that Angie cheated on Wayne, and that's why he's single, that's why he doesn't fight, things like that.
Yeah.
And every time you meet Angie, it's like one time, she sleeps with Wayne again. But then every time else you meet Angie, she's a bitch. Like, and they kind of set that up at the beginning. She's a bitch.
She's
So
the puck bunny.
she's the puck bunny
Katie
and
has to
kick her in the crotch. Even Tanis, like, she was a villain and kind of came around to be a main character. But even as the villain, she's badass. I really like her.
Yeah.
This one turned a character from something you're like, oh man, Marie Fred, she's so great, this and that, and finally something good happening to Wayne, and then that episode happens, spoilers for everyone, the episode happens, and it completely changes your opinion. So now, when I go back and rewatch episodes, because that's what you do with Letterkenny, you just keep rewatching them, learn the slang and all that stuff, every time I see Marie Fred, I'm angry. Like, I'm like, fuck this show, fuck her, I know what she's doing.
I mean, I kind of feel like so, I mean, you care about Wayne because that's just who he is. Right?
Yeah.
Wait, am I talking about the right character?
Wayne.
I don't know why that
The main
sounds so
character?
weird right now.
How are you now?
Harry now.
Yeah. So you talk about that character and you kind of feel almost like you feel like a friendship with him, right? Like, because you've been here through all the seasons. So I think that they honestly, like, it's already kind of planted on you. Like, he meets this new girl, and this is just how I felt. Maybe it's just because I am like a woman, but like I didn't 100% trust her, and they kind of kept her
French.
Well, they kind of kept her distant. She was there. She.
Well, Rosie
she
was
a
the
good
same
character.
way.
Right.
She was never there. She was off reading a book or doing something else. Like,
And I think they did the same with this character. They kind of dragged it out a little bit, but ultimately, like, when I saw that part, I was like, spoiler alert, but I wasn't that shocked.
it just kicked me in the knackers.
I was gonna say, especially when
I
they
haven't
brought
seen any of that season yet, so.
especially when they brought back Rosie, and I was like, I thought it was gonna be him,
Right?
to
But
be that way.
the thing is that he already had that option. He could have cheated on Rosie with Tanis, and he didn't. So I'm like, no, he's like, Rosie's back. The only thing that could happen here, because Wayne's not going to do that, is Marie Fred can get jealous of Rosie and make a big deal out of it. And they didn't do that. They did what they did.
Well, probably the only reason she didn't get jealous is because she was doing her damn thing.
Can you play another round or no?
Huh?
I'm all greedy now.
Like, you want 4 cents?
Did Kellen watch the stream? Is she on?
I don't know.
I sent her a message.
So it would be cool to ask her, like, hey, what kind of ad?
Unless she's a Komodo Kiss. But that's not 1 a.m. here. Yeah.
I love videos like this.
Go to the bathroom. What?
No, that was just a guy dancing. I love videos like this.
Oh, me.
Somebody that can
Let me see if I
dance.
can play another ad. I don't know if I can or not.
They're doing something else.
Nope,
This
ad break
dance
lane.
is fantastic.
So I
It's
can't.
just like,
So I can't do another ad
That's
for
cool.
another 6 minutes.
That's fine.
But we'll just set the ad to 1 minute.
Sounds good. There's one in a minute where, like, it's after this when he starts doing some good stuff.
dude, people are non-stop clapping. This guy's been clapping the whole time. He doesn't even know how to feel.
This is my favorite right here when he seems to float. Whoa, wait, what? I love that shit. It's like Rubber Boy when he was famous still. It's weird, my grandma's liking stuff on my Facebook page today several times. But it's like from August. One of them is from like September. That's August from like last year, isn't it? No, it was August this year.
One of my grandmas, it's so funny, she always accidentally Facebook Lives. And so it's literally like a 4-minute video of her trying to figure out how to exit out.
You know, it sounds silly, but if Amy ever gave me... I was supposed to be our Facebook page person for Facebook for a while, so I was going to start posting like the specials and stuff like that. I thought it might be fun to just set my phone like over on the jars and just like or by the bottles and just turning it on and just live stream the whole thing so people could actually just look on the website and see who's there, see what's going on. But I think some people would be opposed to that. Like, well, I'm on the internet being filmed. Cool. That's great. Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah. All right, we're back from our break.
Okay. You have to give us a recap. I'm not really sure what was happening.
You're out in front of the Great Manor, and the question is Maeve going to cast Detect Evil before you go in?
I mean, so let's say she does, and we detect the evil. Will she be able to tell who it is, or she'll just detect evil coming from the house?
She will detect what the creatures are, but not what the creatures are, what direction they're in, and you're going to be so close that she'll be able to pinpoint what they are.
If it does turn out being evil, what are we going to do next?
Fight him.
Get in there and talk shit and fight. But we might miss the portal opening while we're preoccupied.
That's still happening. Like sundown is like an hour away.
All right, well, let's detect.
I mean, that's not saying that you wouldn't miss it, but
so let's do the detect evil then.
All right.
If you guys are down with that.
Maeve is like as you guys are walking up, she's kind of like she gets behind you all so that if someone's watching from the house, they don't see her doing her incantations and all that stuff. She's cast it. She's concentrating on it. It's going to last for 10 minutes. So you walk up, knock away. Urzire opens the door. He is in very different attire than he normally is, which is nice, really nice looking, going out to a tavern type of feel, like very roguish, very swashbucklers like you, like swashbucklery like you, like very nice. But now he's in like leathers and like it's leather armor. It's very stylish though. He's got his weapons with him. He definitely looks more like a roguish style fighter type. Excellent, you are here. The night is it's probably going to be interesting. Please come in. He leads you in. Inside the foyer, that box slats metal thing is on the ground. The two other folks are there. They are not in their monkey suits at the moment. They're in their
they're in their monkey costume.
None of these people are wearing masks, by the way. Urzire and the two henchman-looking guys. But they're in just rugged-looking clothes. Like they're nice, but it looks like they're going to start slogging through an aqueduct. Mm-hmm. Eventually, the Artifacts joins you. He is in a he's in a robe, but is not silk. It is a heavier make. His clothing seems to be a little bit more flexible, but still very expensive and very stylish. So you didn't come up with any way to communicate with Maeve.
I'll just ask her in cants if she seems to know it one way or the other. Let's see what she says.
So like she turns, just has like a little nothing conversation with you, but she's telling you that there's 3 fiends in this room and 2 of them are those thugs.
Shit.
You guys don't know that.
Oh,
yeah, she just has like a little like, oh, this is so exciting. Did you see this costume? Did you see that costume? That one that looked like this, the one that looked like that. And what she's doing is detailing.
Yeah.
She can't identify the fiend.
Yeah, it says, like, she's like, it's pretty, like, if you ask that, like, back, like, so, what? Like, it's in the room, I can't see it.
Oh, so there's something else in here, too. Alright, so let's...
excuse ourselves to the bathroom?
Well, if
May I
we're,
use the privy?
just say if we're going to get into a fight, I can just come out swinging now.
Let's do it.
But that means that there's the four of us. There's at least Urzire, the artifacts, the other two dudes, and something else in the room.
Make an insight check.
And I was gonna say we don't necessarily know if Urzire and the artifacts are necessarily bad. We just know that there's demons in this room. They might not even know.
Unnatural 20.
Maeve, you see the change in her posture, and it's the same change in posture when she detected the demons out at the farm. So she's having a conversation to you, and you're like, okay, this is a weird conversation to have, while we're, she was so serious all day about this job tonight, and she's, so worried, and that now she's trying to have a pleasant conversation about the festival, and you're like, something's up, and something is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely get that vibe off of her, so you kind of know you're keyed up of, something bad is...
Well, and I can only assume that...
And she cast Detect Evil, so now you're she detected something.
Well, okay, and let's say for situation's sakes that, Jordan knows me pretty well, so he can assume from my body language that I...
Yeah, you probably already have, telltale,
yeah.
signs and things you could say that, something's bad, or...
So we all kind of know.
We know that
Do
this
we
room
want
is full of
to
demons.
engage?
I can keep the
I don't want to
ball
be,
rolling.
I don't want to,
Yeah.
I think it's great that you're using that terminology, but you're using the terminology at the meta level, so I just want to correct that. You know that you're dealing with fiends. That's all she can detect.
And fiends, why would that
There are multiple different types of fiends. There are demons, there are devils, and there are daemons.
They're not all necessarily bad.
No, they're all bad. They're all evil.
Oh, it's detect evil, it's not detect demon.
Right. So, you have been constantly assaulted by demons. So, you could assume that these are demons. I just don't want to put that assumption out there because I want to make sure that at the top level we're saying fiends. That's all she's detecting.
Maybe right now I'll kind of start causing
They're all
a distraction. I'll ask, so what is this box with the cranks anyway? I see this here all the time and I never see anybody using it.
Oh, well, it's what we're going to use to lock down the portal.
And how does it work?
It's very complicated. Our artificers make these. Basically allows us to board up the entranceways. As you see, you turn the cranks and the slats come up. So he starts going into you're too stupid to understand this explanation. Maeve just kind of indicates to you the two guys standing next to the thing they're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
All right. So while he's talking, those guys are within, am I within poking?
you can, if he walks over to the thing, so you can walk up and you're right there, and they're going to be carrying the thing, so they're standing right there.
Attack the artifacts right out in case he turns out not being bad.
But
we can assume.
You know that the only thing you know is that those two guys are fiends, and there's another fiend in the room somewhere.
There's fiends looking for a demon portal.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you don't know the artifacts may,
So
exactly like you said, he may have hired the wrong people,
Yeah.
or he could be in it. Who knows?
All right, I'm gonna pokey poke one of the guys. This is an attack of opportunity.
No, it's not an attack of opportunity. It's just a surprise round because they have no idea this is coming.
All right.
So, surprise round. We're gonna roll initiatives. So we're gonna get the numbers in order, and so you're just going to act first, regardless of what your initiative score is, and then we're gonna go off that.
My initiative is gonna be 24 anyway.
Solid.
What is your initiative?
8.
8. That's not true. You guys.
Mine's 9.
Yeah. Dude, those dice are so fucking hard to read.
They're really hard to read.
I see what I'm like.
Okay.
I do like this brand though. These dice are really neat. Oh, those are cool. Excellent. That's cool. Here's actually, that one feels lighter.
Sorry.
Okay. crazy. No, they're about the same. I like how this very small at the bottom says contains alcohol. These are 10 proof.
Yeah, 5%. All right, Erevar. What was your
24.
initiative? 24. Lord
8.
Jordarai.
9.
All right. Erevar, you're actually just first anyway, so. What are you doing?
So, do I have sneak attack on this thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm
Because sorry, you have advantage on this attack roll
Gotcha.
because they have no idea this is coming.
So. I got a 22 to strike.
That hits.
I'm gonna need that battery here pretty soon. Sorry. 3d6. Cool. So, 17 damage. And I'll probably yell something quippy like, "How about you, fiend?" So if the artifacts in Urzai are not aware, then they'll know that I'm attacking a fiend. Is your battery in the same spot that it is?
It should be. It's either it's on my dresser or it's over on my computer desk. I'm pretty sure it's on my dresser. All right, so that's on 24. Then Maeve goes. Maeve is shrouding herself in this kind of swirling darkness. It's almost like a dark mist is swirling and whirling around her. And she backs up towards the door. Then other people would go, but they're surprised. So then Jordarai.
Do what? Am I 9?
You're 9. And you were like, you know that something was up from her, but again, most of you don't know who the targets are. Like, you don't know specifically that the 2 henchmen, and there's one that's unseen. So, attack who you're going to attack. You've only seen that he's attacked one of the henchmen, specifically.
I already spent my, free talking action. That's too.
Yeah, and you said, how about you, fiend, specifically attacking that henchman?
And he didn't fall after 17 days?
No. No.
Well, shoots.
I guess then I would only go after the one that he attacked.
Okay.
No. I have primeval awareness. I'd have to spend a spell slot to sense.
And you just sense that they're
I
there.
already know
Right,
that
yeah.
they're there.
So.
Well, I don't know, I guess, but I know all it would do for me.
Hunter's Mark, or do your little force damage thing. Each of those are a bonus action, so you can only do one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, tabletop to keyboard.
What's
Hey,
up?
TT2KB.
How's it going? Meow, meow, meow.
So we'll just do.
Oh, man. It's unfortunate. 12? No. So that, like, you... Did you cast Wondrous Mark? You didn't do anything? You didn't change it to force damage or anything like that?
Well, no, because I would do the force damage afterwards.
Right. So, you throw... Is it good? I tried to watch it, but apparently it was like the streaming was weird for everyone on that.
I mean, he's stuck in hell, so
Yeah,
it's...
leveling hell, that's... I mean, leveling hell is... If it's still a good game, you can be stuck in leveling hell and still like the game. The grind is real.
It's not always bad either. And sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes the grind is actually the best part.
So you send an arrow at him, and it hits and just like shatters and crumples and bounces off him, and he is not wearing armor that should repel arrows that well.
Did you bring the gag arrows?
Shit, I don't remember what kind of... Do I have any special arrows yet?
You haven't talked to me about that yet,
Oh,
so you should. One thing you should do is you should definitely invest and go out and buy some silvered arrows, because until you get a magic bow, that's the only thing that's going to get full damage against fiends. So, yep, you hit it and doesn't seem to do anything. Smashes against it. Lorda.
Alright.
You pulling the arms out.
I'll pull the arms out.
She.
Is it 2?
It's 2.
So I'm just gonna... My excess.
Yeah, 2. Oh, you can't use those like that. You have to take an action to pull the
Okay.
from the serenity. So use your 2, and if you need so later on, you can spin around pulling stuff out of that. But 2 flaming arms unfurl from her shoulders, mimicking her movements.
And I'll go after the one that Mitch went after. Okay.
Fortunately, you this turn, since it takes a bonus action to pull out the arms, you're not going to get your second attack with them. But you'll still get your first attack.
Oh, wow, it's going really great over here. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right.
It's going worse.
Oh
no. Max.
Not that much worse.
3 was
but
your highest?
Yeah. 8.
Nope. Yeah, you come in and you slam into it, and again, like, just the feeling of it, like, this is not a normal man, because that punch should, you know... Actually, with an 8, you still kind of miss the entire thing. He's stumbling back, and you just miss. Alright. So that's the surprise round. Now we're getting to the real round. 24. Erevar.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby.
That's not good. 9?
Nope.
Jesus.
Then 18. Maeve goes.
Can I use my offhand attack with my dagger?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alright. Natural 1.
Wow. So, like, he's kind of, like, stumbling backwards from just this assault from both of you, and you're stepping forward, and your foot hits one of the cranks that are in the box that were, you know, was at your feet, and you stumble. Make a acrobatics check to stay standing.
17.
Yeah, you stay standing.
Stupid roll.
You're just going to have disadvantage on your next attack.
Yeah.
So at least you're not prone and everything getting advantage against you. All right. So Maeve is going to... She's scared. She pulls out a crossbow and tries to shoot the other henchman.
Not the one I'm attacking. No.
Not the other one. Not the one you're attacking. You guys are on the other one. Because, she doesn't have a clear shot. She got a 8. And so she like pulls it up
It's gonna
and...
be one of those.
Yeah, she pulls it up
Seems
and pulls the trigger too early and it just thunks into the floor and she's like... "Ah," starts to load another crossbow bolt. That was 18. So now we go to 15.
Who's them?
It's them. So the one you're on, like, he's just like kind of staggering back from that, and you kind of trip, and he's like, kind of like, he's already a big guy. Like, he's 6'6", and barrel-chested kind of person. And he just stops backing up, and the other one, he looks at the other guy. The other guy looks at him. They turn to you, and they just slow off their skin and clothing as if it was sludge. Like, it just kind of turns to this gray, like everything around them just turns gray in this, and they unfurl themselves. These kind of reddish, almost purplish scales appear underneath. These barbed heads, these wings come out. You are now facing 2 barbed fiends. This is now in place of those 2.
Great.
Fun.
Can I roll an insight to know what they
You already know these are
Okay.
devils.
So okay.
These are not demons. These are devils. And it just and just pulls its hand out, and that pitchfork, that trident appears in it, just, and it tries to jab you with it. Oh, actually, I'll give you a choice on this because you're stumbling. You can let him have advantage on this attack roll, or you can take disadvantage on your next attack roll for that stumble.
I'll take disadvantage on my
Okay.
next attack roll.
So he is striking you. He had to spend part of his action to get his polymorph off, his disguise.
Oh, he's...
So-
Never mind.
He is just forking you. Oh, wow. A 20, I'm assuming, hits. Not a natural.
It doesn't.
Sorry, I was just looking at something. Is an acrobatics saving throw, or an acrobatics, is that considered a dex saving throw? Or something?
No.
Okay, cool. Just say that last part again, sorry.
A 20 hits you?
Yeah. You'd be surprised at level 3, Robert's character's AC with his spells up was like 24.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nutty.
You take 3 damage.
It's nothing. Blech. That's worth not having disadvantage on my attack roll.
You're having disadvantage on your check.
I thought I had the choice of
Yeah.
either.
And you said disadvantage for you. Do you want to give
Oh,
advantage to him or disadvantage
sorry.
to
No,
you?
no. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Because if I'd given him advantage, he could have
Critted you,
he
yeah.
would've-
All right. The other one did the same thing, and he's stepping forward and also forking you. 15?
Yes.
That hits. What's your armor class? 14?
I thought it was a 16. Oh, shit. Weak.
You have leather and a +3, don't you? What's your dex? +3?
16, yeah, +3. Am I not wearing my armor?
I don't know. You should have a... If you have a +3 in leather, you should have a 15.
So it shows my leather on.
What's your AC?
14.
14? Okay.
It does seem a little low.
It is. Let me check it out real quick.
Well, it's because I have so much stuff shoved into charisma. This is a cute character, not a fast one.
Oh, leather is only 11. Okay, I thought it was 12.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right. So it hits you for 5. All right. that was 15. That was both of them. Then 9. Jordan. You are facing 2 devils.
Let's do it. As in, let's...
Hunter's Mark or doing your force damage?
I will Hunter's Mark them at this point.
Which one? The one that he initially attacked or the one that's...
The one that he initially attacked.
Okay.
If Hunter's Mark gives you some sort of advantage.
Gives him extra damage if he hits. It's basically like, I'm going to sneak attack you now for the rest of my attacks.
Give me an extra d6 if I hit.
16.
And I have to hit with a... I don't know, plus... So 24?
That'll hit.
Did it. I did it.
So D8, D6. Okay, I need to look that up.
So 9 damage.
I have to be more aware of this. Huh. Weird. Okay.
Just terrifying music.
Yes. I mean, there's 2 demons in this, or devils in this room with you. Sorry, how much was that?
9.
You definitely sense that it didn't hit as hard as it should, but
Yeah.
you're going up against a devil, and they are resistant to damage. That would take it to Urzire.
What's after 9?
Hmm?
What's after 9?
9.
Oh, another 9?
Yeah, another 9.
Okay.
Players
So
go
me,
first.
Me and Urzire
Yeah.
have this.
So he backs up, he pulls out his rapier and dagger, and he's kind of like backing up towards the stairs, just sizing up what's going on and going in a defensive stance. Then 8. Punchy punchy.
Yeah.
Double punch.
109.
16.
That hits.
Did you roll a 16 or did you hit 10?
10 plus 6. Can't pick it up.
Yeah.
8.
8.
Nice.
22.
Hold on. So, as you, like, now this thing is above you and all that stuff, and you just uppercut it with that flaming fist of yours, and, like, it's just kind of like, almost like arrogantly, like, because you're stumbling in front of it, just like opening itself up and doing this, and you just uppercut straight up its body and catch its little spines and neck, and you just see its neck snap this way, and it goes flying back and hits the ground in kind of a heap. So that one's down.
Okay.
So you can use your movement, step forward, and attack the second one if you want.
Okay.
So now roll the second. Or what did you roll?
22.
Yeah, that hits.
I was like, don't make a reroll in 22.
Yeah.
8.
Excellent. Think of some sort of third attack or something.
She can spend a key to get another attack.
No.
Yeah.
I'd
Good
be out of
choice.
keys so much if I was a monk. I'm like, a third attack.
Yeah, and that's like you'd just be burning out a key all the time, and that's what hey, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Except for in your case, you can store it. So, next is okay. So Maeve's sitting there, like, reloading her crossbow, and then just kind of, like, out of nowhere, this little, like, red kind of shape appears, and she, like, is, like, it's instinctive. It's just pure natural reaction to a thing. Like, she, like, screams and backs up, and something, like, it just zips by her, and you see this little thing flapping around her, and this, like, tail lashing out at her, and it doesn't seem to find purchase, but the third demon has entered the fray.
Third fiend?
Oh, sorry, devil. Because you know these are devils. A little scorpion-tailed imp.
It's cute if you don't look at the teeth.
Yeah. Is harassing Maeve. And then the artifacts. He kind of just like starts backing up. Like, oh, what's going on? He's kind of backing up towards the door that would take him back to his library, it seems. $24. It's back to the top of the order.
Disadvantage on attacking. Oh, the new one. Yeah.
Yep, it's the new one. So
Right.
disadvantage on attacking him.
Oh shit! I knocked it over. Sorry, I had no idea what it was. 11 then, and then 17. So 11, 16.
That hits.
Sorry, that first one I pushed up against
Yeah.
the wall and just fucked it up. Is it considered a sneak attack?
No.
11. And my adamantine doesn't seem to have any sort of special effect.
Not against these.
Okay.
No, it does. Adamantine does counter resistance on some things, just not fiends.
Gotcha. Alright, now I'm not going to slip around anymore.
You want to take your bonus action to get a dagger attack?
Offhand attack. Let's do it.
Also with disadvantage.
Natural 20 and then a 4, so 9.
That doesn't hit. Man. All right.
Wasted
That
a
was
natural 20.
good. That's close. Maeve is not happy about this thing on her. She doesn't have many
Like
options.
grease. Oh, there's no.
Oh, I know what she's going to do. Alright, so it looks like she jumps back, and she also doesn't jump back, and you see now there's two Maeves, and one of them runs one way, and the other one runs the other way in the room. So they both run to corners of the front of the room, and the imp is like, and tries to strike one as it's running.
Who runs to the corners of the room?
Maeves.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
There's
Gotcha.
two Maeves
Sorry,
now.
Yeah.
It seems to like miss the one that's running this. So, two Maeves, one in each corner. That is 18, so 15. Your fiend is attacking you.
Isn't Lord of more of a threat?
Yeah, actually, that is true.
My charm is too high.
Yeah, you did drop the first one. It is going to bite. Actually, no, it's going to fork and slash you with its tail, which has all these spines on it. So it's like coming in one way and then swinging its tail up the other. The 5 isn't going to hit, but does a 17 hit? Okay, so the tail spine hits.
That's the poisonous part.
Actually, it is very, very hot. Eight damage to you as it carves into you, and it just starts singeing and burning your flesh.
It looks like off blue metal dice right there next to the red.
This one?
Oh, Yeah. What is?
Yeah, these are Maeve's dice that
Oh,
she
that's
got
right.
me.
Yeah. That's cool.
They are amazing. So, yeah, it comes in doing that. Slashes you, burning across your forearm where it scratches you. Then Jordarai.
The one I was attacking is still alive.
Nope, it's dead.
I still have to spend my bonus action to transport.
The Hunter's Mark.
Or you can shoot the imp. You don't have to attack the.
Yeah, you're gonna go to Imp or you're gonna go to the other
Just go to the other.
Spine Demon
Fuck me.
or Spine Devil.
This group has no love for NPCs. It's like adios.
Well, Maeve is out of danger right now.
Yeah.
There are two of her, and she's away from the Imp.
12.
12. Misses. Smashes into it and breaks again, doing no damage.
I'd use a second to yell out to Erzire and the artifacts to either help or seek shelter.
Okay.
Even though we're making quick work of these guys, I'll still make it sound like it's more impossible than it is. Money.
And then the other 9 is Erzire. When you say that, he's like, and runs up the stairs.
Motherfucker. I mean, I guess we are getting paid to do this.
Yeah, you're supposed to protect them. 8. Lord.
Again. Yeah, but to the little one.
Are you gonna leave the battle with the?
Oh, he's in a different.
Because he's he's attacking you.
Okay.
If
Alright,
you
I'll stick with
move
him.
away, you can disengage, but I don't. And then you spend a key to move, type of thing, or spend a key to disengage and then move and then attack the other one.
Well, I'll spend a bonus action this time to get my key points.
You have to spend an action point to get
A whole
the
one?
whole action to draw out of the thing.
Then do I get my bonus action?
Yes.
Okay.
Monks are difficult.
Hard?
It's action economy. Like
Yeah.
you have to. So what are you doing?
Shit.
Nothing. with that
Nothing.
roll.
So what did you do though?
I use my action to get my key points back.
Okay, so if you don't attack, you can't spend a bonus action to
Oh,
attack
okay.
again.
Alright, well then I'll just chill.
Okay, so you're just gonna pull your key points
Mhm.
out and okay. You can spend your bonus action to disengage and then move. You can just get away from it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It leaves me vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay. Now you have sneak attack on it.
Oh, that's true. Actually, it's only if I don't have it if it has buddies. Doesn't matter if I have buddies, right?
It's, if you have buddies, you get it. If you are alone, you get it. If it has buddies, you don't. So I guess you have it anyway. So, but you can get out.
Yeah, if another enemy in the target's within 5 feet of it.
I think you might have to spend a key to get that disengage as a bonus action. If you want to do that. Or do you just want to get out of combat and let it attack you? Or do you want to stay there?
I mean, I'll stay there, I guess.
So you can spend a key to disengage and then move. You can stay there and not get attacked, or you can just run away from it and it gets an attack of opportunity on you.
I'll stay there.
All right. That was on 8. You've got your key points back. 6. Zip. The imp is attacking one of the Maeves. Just flies over to one of the Maeves in the corner and attacks. And that Maeve is like fending it off. Doesn't seem to get hit.
Jesus, my sneak attack mixed with my rockish audacity. That's why it's like every fucking attack is
Yeah.
a sneak attack.
Pretty much. Unless you're being ganged up on, you always have a sneak attack.
Interesting.
So that takes it to 3. The artifacts opens the door and runs out of the room.
Alright, so even if they're bad, at least they're not attacking us. They might have ulterior motives, but they're not enemies at the moment, which is nice.
24.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
The artifacts ran, so you're in a room, like you're in the foyer of this manor, and Urzire's run up the stairs, and the artifacts ran through the door that you guys went through to go back to the library.
So what I was saying was, even if they're not good guys, like they have like ulterior motives about how they're using this, whatever, at least they're not combatants right now. So we don't have to worry about them. They're not going to help us, obviously, but they can. Alright, I'll stab the one that she was attacking. Natural 20.
Oh, God. Alright, so what is the maximum damage of the dice?
Well, I'm going to be doing 2 T6, so it'll be 11, it'll be 23.
Okay, well that thing dies. Yeah, you just, like...
Right to the head.
It's going, like, going at her all ham, and, like, you're, like, kind of get yourself, your footing back, you get away from that contraption on the ground, and you're, like, just look up, and it's, like... Again, just so, like, it's so large, it's so just confident in its attacks that it's coming at her, and you just, like, right through the throat, out the back, shink.
Monkeys.
And it's, like, it still keeps coming at you for a little bit, like, doesn't realize it's dead before it then hits the ground, and just like the other one, which is no longer even there, like, it hits the ground and then turns kind of, like blackens from the wound and just turns to almost like coal, and then breaks, and then the coal just dissipates.
Them, like, leaving this plane of existence,
yes,
right? I'm banishing them.
You're banishing. Okay. You can't kill an extra planar, a celestial, a demon, any of that when it's not on its plane. So
Gotcha.
all you're doing is sending it back to hell, and it'll remember you.
Fuck yeah. I feel like I've made a lot of demons remember me.
This is your first devil.
Oh, great. Let's not go to that plane.
So that was 24. 18, Maeve. You see the Maeve on the opposite side of the imp finishes loading the crossbow and shoots at the imp.
Sneak attack.
And misses. Just dunks it into the wall.
She shoots her other form.
The other Maeve like runs away from the imp. The imp attacks her on the way out.
Her clones, are they capable of attacking and fighting and stuff?
You know. But as she runs by, it looks like the imp like gets her, but the thing like just ducks down and keeps running. So one Maeve shot and missed. The other Maeve looks like she got hit, but is still running.
Interesting.
That was 18. 15. Both of those demons are dead. 9.
Just the imp.
Just the imp.
Let's move that hunter's mark.
Here you go, buddy.
Let's attempt to hit this time.
Oh.
Jesus. 13.
That hits.
Yay!
Its armor class must be 13.
It is.
Yeah, it's like that's like just to barely hit.
12.
Alright, you smash into it, like it hits, like clips through its wing. You send it like kind of half to the ground before it kind of recovers, and you see it's having trouble flying because you've like ripped a big old hole through its wing. That was 9. Urzire's on 9. He's somewhere upstairs now. On 3, the artifacts is somewhere else. 8, you get to go. So there's just the imp left.
Punchy.
Poor imp. Just smack it out of the air into the wall.
God, 23.
Yeah, that hits.
6.
6. Okay, so you just like come up and literally just smack it, and, it's like, and it goes sailing into the wall. You know, it gets burned from your fire. You know, radiant hand slams into the wall and just smears into a red goo, which then dissipates and like crusts and dissipates. And there seems to be no more demons in the room. Or devils in the room.
Maeve's detect evil is still functioning, or no? Because she dropped her concentration to split.
Good question. Yes, she dropped her detect evil to do that. She can recast it if you ask her to.
No, I don't want her to waste her slots. I think was she detected that. Cause she, how far did her detect go? Sorry,
30 feet.
30. Oof.
30-foot radius.
Yeah, let's save it for now because it didn't show Urzar the artifacts to be evil, right?
They weren't creatures, so they weren't evil creatures. It can't detect people.
What is the spell called?
Detect evil. Detect evil. Detect good. So it detects good and evil creatures. Dragons.
Gotcha. Okay.
Elementals, demons, or fiends.
It doesn't detect.
It doesn't detect if a person is good. It doesn't detect
Gotcha.
the morals of a living being, like a mortal
Like
being.
it wouldn't catch a rapist unless the rapist was also a demon.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I guess I'll call back out to the artifacts after we loot the bodies.
There's
no bodies.
nothing. There's no bodies. They had literally nothing on them.
It's safe to return, artifacts. There's no reply.
Yeah. Maeve kind of walks up. Do we go after one or both of them?
What do you guys think? Do you think they were in league, or do you think that they
They were definitely in league.
They might not have known that these were demons either.
They're getting away.
Who's getting away?
They are.
Yeah. Let's chase down. Part of me really wants to catch Urzar, but I'm Urzar ran upstairs. I'm gonna chase Urzar.
So he starts running upstairs.
Shit.
Because it's probably harder to escape from upstairs.
Go with them.
Okay.
You're not gonna let me split the party anymore. I'm gonna chase him every time.
All right. You guys all run upstairs, and there's nothing up there. There's an open window.
Naturally.
Urzar's a rogue. He had plenty of time to get out of here.
Yeah. I say we just try to find the portal then, right?
You can see if the artifact is still hiding somewhere.
It's the blood moon now, right?
No, it's still like 30 minutes away.
Okay. Well, I guess we do that then.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I accidentally deleted all my arrows from my equipment and I'm trying to add them back.
Just type an arrow at the top.
But it won't let me add the amount that I want.
Oh, well, add whatever it says and then go in and edit it in your equipment afterwards. Edit the quantity. Sure. Equipment. There it is. Yeah, like once you have it in your equipment, you just go down to quantity at the bottom and type in whatever you want. So add arrow.
Urzar wasn't upstairs.
No, window was open, and you think about it, he had 3 turns as a rogue.
Yeah.
Move, dash, double move, move,
Yeah, I
dash,
was
double
afraid
move,
of that.
move, dash, double move.
Part of me wanted
So-
to chase Urzar down just because I knew I've dealt with him more, and he's not the boss. I should run after the artifacts instead. It's too late now.
Yeah, you find, you run upstairs, you look around, you see the open door, the open window pretty fast, and you're looking out into the streets, into the crowds. You know that there's no way you're going to find him, in those crowds.
So I guess did anybody else come up with me?
Everyone went up with you.
So let's go back and look for the artifacts then.
Okay, so you go back down and look for the artifacts. You go to the... What are you doing, man?
Just trying to find it. Okay. Hey, there we go.
This battery rapid charges your phone. It's cool.
I love that battery. And you equip them. You can equip your crossbow and crossbow bolts as well. So you head back down and you go into the study, the library where he was. The desk is completely cleared off, and there is no sign of the artifacts.
The desk is cleared off like it's been wiped and the shit's all over the floor,
Nope.
or it's everything's
been gone.
Fuck.
Right. You want to look around?
Yeah,
You want to waste time
I'm
looking
gonna
around, or you want to keep going? So
No, I'm going to investigate
Alright.
because there doesn't seem to be any clear way that he left from here. There's no exit from here other than the way we came in.
there, you haven't gone down the other doors or things like that, but you got to imagine that there's at least 2 other doors out of this place on the ground floor.
Alright.
But there's none here
Alright. There's none.
in the library. You want to? You can spend time to investigate.
Yeah, let's
That's
do
fine.
it. Let's investigate.
All right, investigate.
Stupid investigation. Anybody have investigation as a better skill than you? Investigation
Nope.
is plus
I
1.
probably do.
What is your investigation?
+4.
Yeah, look at that.
So you can all look around, see if you're
4. I see shit.
The artifacts is nowhere to be found in the library, and all of the books and things that were on the desk are gone.
8.
I rolled a double digit.
Investigate.
Natural 1.
Yeah, you guys find nothing, and even like you can walk through the rest of the manor. There are other doors, but I mean you can't tell again if you went out them or not. And once you're off the manor grounds and into the crowds, they're gone. So you're here. The blood moon is about to start, and you don't know an entrance to the aqueducts from here.
Thanks.
We can't. So our investigations turned out nothing. So we can't even find like the entrances to the aqueducts from here.
No, you were investigating the artifacts. I mean, like, it's not really investigation, like, to find the aqueduct entrances. You had that map. You kind of know where the aqueducts are below. But are you going to, like, walk around randomly in the upper city during a festival, just trying to see a place that could get you down to the sewers / aqueducts?
No, I guess we'll have to make our way back to someplace more familiar.
Okay.
Boo.
All right. You guys are going to head out of the upper city then, back to the lower city, because you down like where you encountered the Huffers the first time. You know exactly how they got in. You know the manhole covers. You know that other manhole covers around there will get you down into the aqueducts and the sewers, and they're kind of interconnected. But you may be starting from a place that's way different, and you're also wasting time. So the travel there, because of the festival and everything, the crowded streets and what's going on, the sun sets just after you get outside the gates of the upper city, and you start heading through Eastway down to the what's it called? Slide?
I don't know. It's on a page, like 3 pages back.
Yeah, the steeps.
The steeps. That's
Yep.
right.
So you're heading through Eastway, and it's just... No, sorry. You're heading through Heapside. That's where. Heapside to the steeps, where you know there's an entrance to the aqueducts. The sun is down, and the moon is starting to turn red. Like, you know, the eclipse is starting. Just that one little kind of curve of red starts to bleed into Saloon, the goddess of the moon, her representation in the sky.
I feel like I forgot something. Oh, well.
What?
I was going to say we should have either taken the box with us or destroyed it. The crank box.
We haven't left town yet.
I mean, you could turn around and go back,
Oh,
but
we're
now
gonna waste
you're
more time now.
so now you're wasting time. Something can already be at that portal,
That's true.
but
Look, Jorai, can you detect portals now for us?
Yeah.
so you stop and concentrate, open up your mind's eye, and
Open your mind, Jorai. Open
Bing.
your mind.
you feel it. It is. It feels
Like
He gets
south.
The Peter Tingle.
Southwest from here.
Finally saw it far from Instead of looking at
Would you wanted me to tell you who the villain was?
No, I'd forgotten. When I saw him in the first couple minutes, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because, I mean, if you don't know who the villain is, then it's kind of like a shit thing to say, oh yeah. It's
Well,
this guy.
I knew this too, has always been a bad guy,
Yeah.
so like when I saw him, he was I'm like, wait, what?
So, yeah, southwest from where you are. So, the next districts over would be Bloombridge, or it could even be in Manorborn, back in the upper city, but you'll be under, you'll be in the Aqueduct, so it doesn't matter.
Southwest, right?
Yeah, southwest. So you make your way
And
down.
He's only detecting one portal? Excellent. So that's
He's detecting the closest portal, which is that.
Right.
So you head down to the steeps, you find a manhole cover. I'm assuming you don't want to go to the same one that the Huffers were using. Though the Huffer one, like, it had a bunch of traps on it, and you know how to disarm them, and they had boats there. They had kayaks.
What do you guys think?
You want to trudge through it, or you want to boat through it and go through traps and maybe Huffers, maybe encounter the Huffers again? Play it safe and figure out your way through it, or go for transportation in a dangerous way.
I'd say go the dangerous way just because it's quicker, and we do know the traps, and we can take Huffers easy.
Same.
I shouldn't say easy and hurt, but
All right.
bad.
So you go back to the manhole cover that
Don't need to roll to disarm
It's
those
something
traps.
that we-
Oh, those traps set off.
those traps set off, but they could have reset them.
All
It's
right,
been a
I'll-
week.
But it
detect.
is something that we know of already, so
Yeah.
like
Why not go there?
I feel like we're kind of prepared.
Yeah. You also
I think
you took
prepared.
you also have the maps of all the basins and things that you wrote down and like quickly sketched out, and all of those maps are based from that point. Like, so you can kind of reference them and try to get down that way, figure out which basins it might be. So yeah, you find the manhole cover. There's people even in this alleyway, so you're just kind of like brushing through them and pushing through them and
detect the traps.
and open up this manhole, and everyone's like kind of looking at you, but you're, who gives a shit? You're on a mission. You see the traps; they are reset, so you're going to need to disarm them.
So is that sleight of hand?
No, it's thieves' tools, which you are proficient in. So it would be like anything you are proficient in. Just add your proficiency bonus plus your dex modifier.
Oh, okay, so that's fine. 13.
13 is enough.
So,
And these aren't very, like, you already knew their mechanisms and things like that, so you worm your way through them, making sure not to touch the things that set them off. You get down to the bottom, and then you undo them so everyone else can come down. The last person down pulls the manhole cover back over. So down there, you find that there is... no kayaks. They're all gone.
Are there people here?
You're gonna check the hideout? You're gonna head down that?
I mean, is it along the route, or do we
No.
go around? Yeah, let's forget it for now.
Yeah. You just see where they, used to have the kayaks posted up, and they're not there. You're gonna start heading through.
I think so.
All right. Survival check to guide them through this.
We have a map.
You have a map, and that's he has the direction. He's using the map to take you in the direction.
is this my advantage on survival check?
It is technically coastal, so go for it. I mean, it's not technically you should have urban for this, but I'm going to give it to you because it's water-based urban.
We have a map, so can we get advantage? from
Well,
maps and-
that's only
That's a double proficiency,
double
right?
proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a rough map, but I'm allowing that to give him his double proficiency.
What does the texture of the paper have to do with it? It's so bad you're going to say the number out loud.
Yeah, I gotta double check.
It's plus
So,
an additional +2.
Right.
From whatever it
So 16.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. That's,
Yep, you make your way through. Perception checks for everyone.
Thanks for ringing.
Maeve doesn't see shit.
I see some on this one, I think.
What'd you get?
19.
20.
14.
Okay. So you and Maeve are like kind of really not paying attention, but you two, your dark vision picks up, like you're trudging through this, and this is a sewer. Like normally it's one track with water on one side, walls, you know, you'll have to either find bridges over or jump across to other tracks to get you through these. It goes up, it goes down, incline, there's steps, there's all this, like it's just pretty intricate and carved in here. But as you're walking along one of the waterways on, you know, this little 5-foot path, so one single file, assuming you're in the front, Arovar. No, you're in the front because you're guiding, and then you're probably second. And then probably Maeve, and you're taking up the rear to protect, you know, Maeve. You two notice that there's a green kind of reflection coming out of one of the side tunnels, like this kind of green casting.
What did you call that stuff? It was
Balefire torch.
yeah.
So yes, it definitely reminds you of a Balefire torch. So it looks like someone up ahead is using one of those.
Is it in the direction of?
It's not like the side path isn't technically where you would turn to go, like where you would turn to go take people for this, but they are ahead of you in the direction you need to go. So, I mean, you can...
I'll sneak up, get a better look.
Okay.
Do you have sneak at all? Are you stealthy at all?
Decent at it.
Yeah.
Maeve blesses you before you go. So you have advantage on your stealth checks.
Wow. That's good. 17.
17? Okay. As you head up there,
Oh.
you're heading up there, you know, sneaking up, and you like kind of, assuming peek around the corner. Peek around the corner, and you just see a balefire torch on the ground up ahead.
But nobody there.
Yeah, no one there. So you're peeking around.
Yeah, I'll let everybody catch up to me, and then I'll sneak up again.
Towards the balefire torch? Okay.
It's the only way to go, right? I can't really go.
No, you can keep going straight.
What do you guys think?
It's like the way you would take them is to keep going straight past this.
Oh, so we just pass it? Or do you want me to go investigate the balefire torch? Somebody put that there. It's a torch and a lantern.
Investigate it.
Alright, I'll go.
I would say go past it, but
He says go past it. What do you want to do?
What does Maeve say?
It ain't hurting us. Let's just keep going.
Alright, let's
Why
keep
would
going then.
We don't have time. That's kind of a thing. It's just
Yeah.
like pressing. Let's hurry.
Let's press on.
Alright, so you guys press on. Make me a perception check.
Lovely. That's 18.
Okay. So you guys keep heading on. You're taking down the way. You realize, have a good feeling that you are being followed.
We're being followed.
We're being followed.
We're being followed.
Perhaps we should lead them away from this portal, then take a roundabout of a way.
Hide around a corner and then ambush them.
Could ambush. Where's your bugbear when you need him? What do you think, Rory?
what are the options? Ambush or
Lead them astray, which would, again,
Take time.
take time.
let's ambush them.
Alright,
Okay.
let's-
So you kind of now start looking for an ambush spot. So make me a survival check again. With your double proficiency.
That would be 25.
All right.
Nice.
So you go, you're looking ahead, like you're kind of like even running down little side hallways and other places to find someplace good, and you find one, and it is this nice little like cistern. Water's pouring into a cistern and then bleeding off down the waterway, but it has 2 steps that go up around it, so you can go up and get high ground and just sit up there while they walk in on the ground, and you can just you'll be off and out of the side, like out of view from the tunnel, and have height advantage. So,
Good find. Let's post up.
right. So you could be on one side, kind of in the back with your bow. The 2 of you can be on the steps, or you can use your bow so that you can rush down and attack.
I'll stay on the edge just if it looks like
And
that will
then,
work.
so like on one side you are, and on the other side Maeve is at the top, and then on the steps it's you and him, like one there, one there. Are you with Maeve or are you with Jordarai?
Maybe.
Okay, so you're over here with Maeve and you're with Jordarai. Stealth checks
All around?
all around. Advantage because of the prime location.
Natural 20 plus. Nice. How do you do D20s?
17
I have Sephiroth's dice.
Oh. I looked like they were the same color there for a second. I was like, damn.
Maeve got a 22. What'd you get?
Natural 20 plus
Natural
7.
20. All right.
Unnatural 20.
21.
All right. So you guys are up there. Eventually, 3 dudes start coming into the thing. They could just like look around a little bit. They don't seem to notice the upward slopes that you guys are on, because and they just start coming in. They're huffers. Like you see the emblems, you recognize their kind of look and feel. And they're coming through with crossbows and scimitars drawn. Surprise round. I doubt anyone's going to live through this round.
Dash and stab.
All right. You want to shoot? You guys want, like, you and Maeve do your ranged first?
Sure.
So Maeve will shoot her crossbow. No, she's gonna guiding bolt one. She's gotta use her spell slots eventually. This kind of like black streak comes out and is going to hit one of them, hopefully. Absolutely, with a 24. It does 46, which I don't think he's going to survive.
4 damage.
6, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, he gets hit, but you see him get hit, and he illuminates. Like the darkness runs from him and just parts away from him, and it hits him. All the darkness goes away from him, but he just then falls into the water. Attack.
Don't get yourself so down before you even start.
You may not want to do the hunter's mark. You may just want to do your energy damage.
I know, I definitely have that heavy crossbow I could use.
You do. I mean, as an opening shot, you can put that away and pull out your longbow afterwards, so you don't have to worry about reloading it.
I need 25.
Yeah.
Oh man, just get a hit.
That's gonna hit. Use your what's it called?
It's a planar.
Planner warrior or something like that.
Yeah. So I hit a creature on this
Yep.
turn with an open tag. All damage dealt with attack plus 4 saves. That creature takes an extra D8 on top of the heavy crossbow,
Which is a
that
D10?
D10 plus
Yeah.
4.
It's a great opening shot, but it just takes an entire turn to reload. Entire action.
So a D8. So that's 8, 12 plus 4,
16. Yeah, that guy's dead. He goes pitching back. Alright, so you guys can rush down. So you're dashing and slashing.
Dash and slash. Natural 1.
Nice.
Anyone have any
Nope.
inspiration? Anyone? Is there any audience members with inspiration?
Tabletop inspiration.
Because you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to slip right off that stairway and go into the cistern.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fun.
That's my second natural 1 for this round.
Go.
Actually, I had an advantage on others. That's actually 3 ones that I've rolled this game.
So I'm going after him.
Or running down and attacking? Are you popping your arms?
Nah. I'll tack. I'll just tack.
Just tack.
Arms aren't still out.
No, they don't.
They only last for 10 minutes. 22.
Yeah, that hits.
5.
Okay, second attack.
Nice. 8.
How much damage? Oh, 8 total? No, never mind. You don't hit. Oh, you have advantage. Sorry, you have... Because they're...
Oh.
All surprised. And you have advantage.
I did have
22.
advantage, yeah.
Yeah, so 22. Sorry, so you probably don't have a 1 unless you roll a 1 again.
6.
6.
And then I got 11 on the other one, so it's not a critical failure, but it's a miss, I'm sure. 11.
It is a miss, yes.
Yeah.
So you
At least
kind
I'm
of
not
skidded
saying
down
follow
and
this
just
turn, yeah.
kind of missed. There's one guy left. It's a new round.
You want to just story kill him? Cause
Like, pretty much, like, yeah, we can roll initiative, and whoever's going to go... He might go first, and he's probably just going to run.
Well, we're like
but-
kind of right at the end anyway.
yeah.
We might as well just murder him and be
So,
done with it. Yeah.
and, yeah, he's dead.
Can we
And
get
you can,
loot off them?
A couple fell into the water, but you get about 12 gold pieces worth of money,
I found 6 gold guys and split it up.
and you get about 10 of that putrid silver if you want it. Or you
I
can...
mean, we're still holding on to some of the other stuff, so
Uh,
we'll call 10 more putrid.
and then, you know, the normal stuff. Bags, scimitars,
Yeah.
bows, like, just equipment.
That's fine. Everybody just put 4 more
Keep it
gold
just
in.
right down, and we'll split it next time.
All right.
But you guys can push on
Let's
now
push
that you're not dead. So you guys, you keep going towards that portal you're sensing and using the map, and you get there. You walk up to a stairway down that goes down to the right, and you're looking over this stream of water down below you, like it's just a canal, little stone canal, all walled in, and you head down the stairway, and it takes you down next to a wall, and as you walk up, it releases into a big semicircular, half circle in the back room. It's got about 12 feet of ground before it goes into the basin. At the other side of the semicircle, there's 3 chutes, and because it's raining outside, these chutes are just pouring water into the basin. Out on that walkway to the left, as you're facing this back wall of water in this basin, there's a kind of a uprising with a big crank on it, and it looks like there's a gate or a some type of opening that would let the water out over there, and it keeps filling, and it's kind of spilling onto the walkway, but it's also spilling over that gate into the water, like into the sluiceway, and just getting taken away. But that's not the weird thing about this. The weird thing about this is the water down here has been kind of, for the most part, when you're in the sewers, it's dirty, it's murky. When you're in the aqueducts that's collecting rainwater, it's just kind of dirty, but it's not like
It's not
filthy. This water is like rust red, and it's doing something very weird. It is moving in the basin. From one wall to the other, it looks like it's flowing. Like it's coming from through the wall and out the other wall.
What color did you say it was?
Rust red. You are in the presence of the Oxbow Basin.
Alright.
I'm going to call it here and figure out what happens next
I
week.
think that's a perfect place, actually. That's a good time. Look,
you
start on time, end on
yeah,
time.
you finally found it.
What session is this? 7?
8.
8? Jeez.
You guys are going to level.
Ooh.
So we'll get you to 4th level so we can wrap this up next week. We'll see what you guys do with this. Like, now you're here. What do you do? Just watch it all night until it goes away? Or maybe something else happens? Thoughts? Impressions?
This session seemed to go pretty fast. Like, we got a lot done. We had a lot of talking, we had some role play, we had some action. It's a bummer that we've been missing so much. It's like we just had all those viewers. I'm like, oh, you guys would have really had fun this time, but
That was a nice mix. You have again. You turned a deadly encounter trivial because you ambushed them.
Mhm.
Like 3 devils.
and then 2 other people that were antagonists.
Yep.
So,
They weren't really in it, but the 3 devils were the mainstay.
Our rolls weren't that great to
No.
start.
I was worried. But also, you guys are you are kind of specifically, and you are both specifically designed to hurt these things through their resistances. And that's a big deal. That's what makes them so deadly at low levels, is normally people don't have that ability to get through their damage resistance. But your arms are doing radiant damage, and you can do force damage. And
I liked it. I think the pace was good. It moved along pretty quickly.
mm-hmm. Dayton, take us out.
This has been another session of the Cardinal Bond. We will be back next week, as far as I know. Still at 9:30 Pacific.
For the time being.
We're like 2 weeks away, I think,
From Mountain
from
Time,
changing.
And isn't it like November 1st or something? It's the end of
It's not
October.
November 3rd,
Okay.
I believe.
It's a couple days after.
We'll be switching to...
Well, we
No.
won't be
Well,
switching.
the entire world will be switching around us. We will
Pretty
become
much.
Mountain Time.
Thanks for everyone that tuned in.
Komodo Kiss.
Thanks for Komodo Kiss for the new follow.
Tabletop to keyboard.
Allie was here.
Thanks for Mitch for doing my outro.
Sorry.
Until next time, guys.
Later.